All right, we got Tony Aiello in today. Said that right?
That's it. Yeah.
All right, big-time entrepreneur, recycling business, got a new app coming out. Also a Spill Kings, which is really cool. So for people that don't know, give a little bit of background about yourself, and then we'll talk about how you got to where you got to.
Background in business?
Just in general.
I grew up, I was conceived in Kenosha, Wisconsin. My mother made me, I had no choice, right? I was in her. Came to Jupiter. My grandfather was the chief of police at Tequesta. So she came down here, gave birth to me. And then at 2, moved back to Kenosha. And then I think I came back down at 4. And then to Chicago, 8. And then back here in North Carolina for 6 months when I was 13. And then back here again, 13.
A lot of moving.
Tons, too much.
Was that because of your family's work, or what was all the moving about?
Nah, my mother.
Just moving around?
Yeah, she's a school teacher.
Oh, okay.
Men. Yeah.
Did you like Chicago?
As a kid, yeah. It was great.
Yeah, my buddy lives out there. It's all fucked up now. He can't even take his kids to the subway because they're just shooting each other left and right.
I lived on the south side, suburbs.
Yeah.
A town called Markham. Rodney Harrison's from there. A guy named Kendall Gill. Small, very small. But every single town there touches. So you could be like on one street, but it could be like Midlothian and Country Club Hills and then Hazel Crest and, whatever.
So like everything's just real close together.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, my buddy was from Schaumburg. You know where that is?
Yeah, that's not near me.
It's not near you?
Not at all. Not even close. Yeah.
Yeah. The only time I went out there was to meet him, and it was fine then. It was pretty cool, actually. But now it's just, the violence is just insane.
It's bad, yeah. I was a minority there.
Really?
Yeah, I was probably the only, in my class, we had 2, 3rd grades, 2 4th grades, 2 5th grades, 2 6th grades. And I was probably one of, I think it was 7 white people, 4 girls, and then 2, me and this guy named Robert, and then one girl from Joni Ratanakoni from Laos. Everybody else was a brother.
That was it. So it was kind of like football, and that because you played football and basketball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pull up his football picture and see if we can find Where's Waldo. That's what you said to me.
Yeah. That's Mr. Bridges, Coach Bridges. There's some good athletes on there. We're from a different place though. It's different. We play hard.
I'm gonna say
great
right
kids
here on the left, right? Is that you right there?
Yeah. That's
tough guess, right?
Yeah,
tough guess.
But I was good though. I was good.
That's
The guy number 11 on the bottom right there, I actually met him in Fort Lauderdale when I was probably 27. And he went, remember Northwood in West Palm?
Yeah.
So the main campus is in Michigan.
Oh, wow.
And he said he was Googling me forever to see where I was playing. But I never played college. I never played. I was pretty good. I mean, I was more than pretty good.
And then you played basketball too, right?
Yeah, I played ball. Yep.
Which did you like better, basketball or football?
Football all day, yeah.
What position?
That year I'm number 34. I never had a favorite number. I wore that for Walter Payton. That number 45 kid was Lauren Collier, I think his last name. He was really good.
Did he go anywhere?
I'm not sure. 99 was really good, hard hitter. He was scared to go hit him. Number 20 was awesome. 11, like I said, was good. Scooter, 28. A lot of those kids. 30.
Isn't it funny to look back at the memories of then and now?
Yeah.
How everything's changed?
Not that year, but the year later. I think that year we went 0-11. And the following year we actually won the whole thing.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Shit.
No, it was pretty good. We had a kid named Dana Spraggs. I think that's him, number 2. It is. Dana could throw the football 50, 60 yards at 12 years old.
Wow.
I don't know if that far, but he could.
Still, we got to find out where these kids are at.
I think Dana's a cook. I think he's I think he does catering and stuff. Does pretty well. I'm friends with him on the internet. But yeah, those kids, he could sling it.
Can you imagine at 12 years old, even 50, even 40 is crazy. Accurately.
My business partner's son is 12, just turned 13 in February. I took him to Eric Kresser. Just say, hey, I'm telling you, this kid's been around a lot of athletes. 6 foot, mustache, 12. He's 12 years old.
He's 6 foot with a mustache at 12?
Yeah, 12 years old, 6 foot mustache.
I feel bad for his girlfriend.
55 yards in the air easy.
Whew.
On a dime, too.
Do you know who the kid is, Rob?
No, I don't.
He's a Boynton guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he got offered to to play at Somerset Academy already.
At 12.
As
As
an 8th grader to play JV.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I saw a kid 2 weeks, or was it 2 weeks ago? We were in our Okeechobee at a spring football, and played this team, 12-year-olds. This kid gets on the field. I look, I'm like, holy shit, 6'3", 12 years old, 6'3", size 16 shoe.
Yeah.
I looked
know.
at his mom. I said, "Congratulations." I mean, that's all you can say there.
Any athletic ability.
And he had it. And the ability. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was Willie Rowe? We had Willie Rofin, the Hall of Famer. He was 17, I think. He was 17 when he was 15. Size 17 shoe.
Willie Rofe?
Yeah. He was an lineman for
the Saints.
Yeah, Saints and
Some
Chiefs.
at Doondog in Jupiter not too long ago.
Did it? Yeah, he was in.
Yeah, we had
He's a monster.
Monster. He's about from that side to that water almost.
Good
Easily.
Dude, though.
Yeah.
Good dude, though.
Really good, real nice.
That's cool.
Funny too.
Yeah.
Big motherfucker, boy.
Yeah.
Can't imagine. I do not want to get hit by that guy.
Nah.
No, thank you.
Nah.
So before we get into everything about you, you were saying about how your dad was part of, kind of like in the connection of the whole Jeffrey Dahmer case.
No, my granddad.
Granddad, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I might want to get my ears right.
My dad's nothing to do with that. No,
Yeah.
my granddad was a police officer in Homewood, Illinois, and I think he worked for the state of Chicago too. But it's called like the Clown and the Candy Man. I think Jeffrey Dahmer used to dress up like a clown, and I don't know. That's really all it was. And he used to go to like kids' parties and stuff like that, ironically, and not him, but the ringleader. I don't know his name. It's on the documentary. But that guy. So that guy had another guy in Chicago, and then something weird happened where someone told my granddad that these boys were hanging out with these dudes, drinking, and they're like 16, the older men, and it was crazy. I mean, that's how it started.
Yeah.
My grandfather ended up raiding it, getting the guy, and he was out of prison in no time.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did he get out so quick?
He had a Rolodex of names.
Fuck. Oh.
Yeah. My grandfather always said Chicago was the most crooked city in the world. But yeah.
To let a guy like that out because he gives up other names, I don't care who he gave up, right?
On the documentary, he takes it to the computer. He goes from Rolodexes, writing it, and he goes right to the computer in the 90s.
And they have all that and they let him out.
All these little boys, they got pamphlets of it. It's disgusting. Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Monster Energy. Tear into a can of the meanest energy drink on the planet, Monster Energy. It's the ideal combo of the right ingredients in the right proportion to deliver a big bad buzz that only Monster can. Monster packs a powerful punch, has a smooth, easy drinking flavor. Athletes, musicians, co-eds, road warriors, metalheads, geeks, hipsters, and bikers dig it. You will too. Monster Energy is more than just the green OG. Monster has Monster Ultra, Juice Monster, Monster Hydro, Rehab Monster, Dragon Tea, Monster Max, Muscle Monster, and many more. Buy on Amazon, buy on Walmart, or go to monsterenergy.com and believe me, you'll find a place. Unleash the beast. Monster Energy.
They got all these called Clown and the Candy Man. Watch it. I think it's like 2 or 3 episodes, but long, like an hour long. And some sick stuff, man. Yeah. So the main guy, Jeffrey Dahmer, always said he wasn't the main guy, and people thought he was lying. It ain't even close.
Yeah, I thought it was just Jeffrey Dahmer. I didn't know it was like a crew of people. Or,
he did his dirt.
Yeah,
for
of
sure.
course.
But it's like it's a pyramid. You know, I mean, all these. This guy was the main, and he ran entire America, and I'm talking America.
Yeah, because you were saying it wasn't just in Chicago.
No, the main guy from Chicago. I think he moved to Cali, maybe vice versa. Maybe went from Texas to Cali, Cali to Texas, Chicago, here. Kept going all these places.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then they let him out to just go walk around.
In that documentary, they busted police officers busted the guys in New Orleans. I think it was like the Boy Scout, and they were getting the Boy Scout kids, and they went in the Rolodex, and one of them was like part owner of the Patriots. And the guy vanished. Like they never found the guy ever again.
Just disappeared, fell off the face of the earth.
He went to probably islands or something.
Yeah, probably somewhere, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So now, when you get out of high school, what's your plans to do? Like, what are you thinking? You're an extreme entrepreneur, but when you're done with high school, then you go to Florida.
No, I went to Santa Fe Community College.
Oh, okay.
I went there to play basketball. Monty Towles, he's like a legendary coach, played for NC State. He was there for like, I think a month, I tried out for him, and then he got a head coaching job in a D1 school. So then I had to try out again, and I would have done it, but the guy wasn't looking for tryouts. So I then stopped, and the next year I tried out for that same guy, 150 kids, top 4, and then it was like you could practice with us kind of thing, and never committed to me. And I was like, man, it's time for me to have fun in college. That was it. Had a friend move down he quit football in North Carolina. Another friend moved back up. He lived there, then he moved home, then he moved back up. That was a wild second year of college.
Well, at least you got it out of you, right?
It's still in me.
Sure did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then how does that lead into the trash recycling business?
I mean, it's honestly by chance. Like, seriously. I had no idea what I was going to do. I went to school for exercise and sports science. I want to be a part of sports. I was like, I want to be a coach, or I want to be a part of football. Something. I was infatuated with it. The diehard Miami Hurricane fan. Loved them. Followed them. You know, it's the greatest team, college team of all time, 2001. And I moved home from Santa Fe, and I went to FAU, and I was driving about 125 miles round trip every day. Drive me crazy, man.
Wow.
So I had this teacher, right? I don't even know her name. I don't even know the class. This might have been, this probably was like February 2005 or 6, something like that. Probably 6, 2006. And I went to class, and no, it could not be. This had to be like October. This had to be October of 2005, 2006. And I went to class, and we had to write a paper on, I think, diabetes. I already wrote a paper on diabetes, my own. So you got this website called turninin.com. Diabetes. That's it. Nothing else to it. You know what diabetes is. We all know. Read a book. You're an expert in diabetes, right? So she said it was plagiarism. I said, absolutely not. This is mine. I already wrote a thing on diabetes. We're talking diabetes, man. So like a paper on it. You're not curing diabetes, a paper. And I know what it is.
You're basically just writing like a summary of what diabetes is, basically.
That's it, man.
This woman's giving you a hard time?
Real hard time. Wow. Yeah, real hard time. And so as that was happening, I was working at PGA National. And I see this guy all the time. His name's Ricky Gilpin, Jamaican guy. Great guy. Worked at PGA National. We were like scrubbing clubs, doing tournaments and stuff. I did it part-time. Some great bosses, Josh and other guys there, great dudes. Kind of let me do my thing, while I was in college and stuff. And he said he just moved in this community. I believe it was like Montecito. And he had a good buddy, his name, I think, Dave, lives in Texas. And he was like, me and Dave are going to start this Valet trash company. And I was like, what the hell is that? So I went home. And I grew up poor. Not like poverty, but, my mom paid the electric bill, did not pay the car bill.
Right.
Me and my little brother were 9 years apart. So
it was like check to check, paycheck to paycheck type of thing.
Literally. She teaches Spanish.
Good for her.
At a high school. So she's more qualified than that, but that's what she wanted to do, and she's really good at it. She really is. So I was like, I'm getting older. I'm 20. I'm about to be 23, 24. And he told me, and I was like, wow. So I looked it up. I was like, this is pretty cool. He's like, Tony, there's a bin outside of everybody's door, and they make $15, $20 a house. We have 600 homes in our community. I was like, damn, man, bring the calculator out.
Math, right?
I'm like, these guys are rich, right? So I said, are you going to start this? And he's like, no. Me and Dave aren't going to do it. Man, I'm telling you, I did some serious research on this stuff.
Some serious soul researching to make sure it was like the right.
Yeah. Well, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I took a leap, First time, first leap of faith. I'm not married, don't have any children, so first real leap of faith in my life. And I went to class. This is all simultaneously. Like, I'm literally like, man, you should see my first business plan. I didn't go to school for business, like a child.
Yeah.
So I did. So I wrote the business plan. And I don't even know what it was. I still have it. And then
was it like circles and triangles and shit with arrows?
I'm not good in Excel or anything. It was just like Microsoft Word, and I'm just like writing stuff, that I think that should happen. And I did research. I can't afford every box. Every box is like $40, so 600 places. We don't get that kind of money.
When you say box, what do you mean box?
So you step out of your door and you put a box there. A guy comes by and picks up your trash.
Oh, okay.
That's what happened.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's called valet trash.
I gotcha.
I started an LLC called All-Star Trash Valet.
Gotcha.
So I started a company while I was in college. You know, I didn't know what I was going to do. You know, so I did that. So I'm in class, and then this teacher, the woman who's giving me a hard case about diabetes, said plagiarism stuff. I went to my counselor. I'm like, come on, man, I'm not doing that kind of stuff. And he's like, I agree. So then she goes to class. I told you, hour and 25 miles round trip. I have an Altima. My mother, $400 a month, man. That's what it costs, for real. That's a lot of money for me back then. And she paid most of it. So I got a nice Altima, got a nice car. I mean, my car in college was an old school Corolla, no clock. Bro, listen, the door handle broken. Took this girl on a date. Don't touch that. I super glued it. She cracked a few times. Humble.
How did that work with the girl?
She was cool. She was a real nice chick. Yeah, real nice chick. She was probably doing me a favor, to be honest. With you, going out, So did the trash, was doing that, and then this teacher comes to school and puts ESQ on the chalkboard or on the whiteboard, and I'm like, this isn't law school. She's like, I met guys, and she was cool with the other people. I wasn't really into that. I loved it. My classmates, it was like 12 of us, but then so she put ESQ on the whiteboard. That's what the guy said on his card, on his business card. She had no idea what it was. So she went home and Googled it and saw that he was a lawyer. I walked out of class. It's the last time I went to college in my life.
And that was the end.
That was it. I couldn't tell. This lady's not going to teach me anything.
No.
So I left. No disrespect to her.
Yeah, she just doesn't even know what.
She's on. No, it's not a matter of what she knows. But I drive 125 miles round trip. You could say that for after class, for your before class.
Right, oh, that's what you're saying.
Right?
I'm still stuck on the plagiarism thing over fucking a summary. Even if it was, I'm not saying it is, but it's just a summary of diabetes. Like it's not like like where you're gonna go next in life.
100%.
But it's good that happened because it kind of pushed you in.
Not just that, I took chemistry 1 as well.
Really?
And what these people do is they do smarts. They weed you out. And there's no way I was taking chemistry 2. I wasn't being a physical therapist. Now I wanted to be a sports trainer or something like that. Something in sports, physical, working out and stuff like that. I'd be pretty good shape. But that also helped me get, my ass out of the chair and go, that's it, it's time to start this garbage.
Yeah.
So that's when the recession hit, like right at the same time. So I was driving all these apartment complexes, had an LLC, kind of no idea what I'm doing, bouncing stuff off my granddad. He's a career government guy, police. He didn't know anything about business, Great man, smart as hell. Business, nothing. So, I shouldn't say it. He had his own private eye business, but he wasn't in the trenches. That was retirement stuff.
Right. To stay busy almost, probably.
That's
right?
it, man.
But what you're doing is you're taking something you have really no idea about other than it kind of got thrown in your hands because somebody believed in you, and now you're trying to figure it out on your own. And Gabriel's Montecito is very nice. I lived there for a while. My friend lives there.
I didn't even do the garbage there.
I was just saying. You brought it up.
Yeah. That's where Ricky was living. So then I decided to do it, and back against the wall, 23. My mom actually left her home to get it foreclosed. Then, not that she couldn't afford it. She wasn't going to live there for another 15 something years. So I stayed there, and I stayed there for like a long time, rent free. Like without that, I don't know what happened. So she moved to West Palm, and then I went to like a lot of these apartment complexes, and I was, just going to wing it, see if I can get a loan, whatever, just to put these boxes in front of people's houses. It wasn't working. So I did a different game plan, and I'm like, maybe I should go to 55 plus communities because they're older and they don't want to walk, that far to their trash area. Excuse me. So I went there, and this man named David Burton changed my life. Like for real, shit, man. I owe that guy a lot. I used to call him a lot. Probably shouldn't owe him a call, but I went to him. He was the president of this HOA called Little Club, and they had in-ground garbage cans. I'm not sure, they're kind of like going out style because they flood.
Yeah.
But people would the older people would walk their trash, and this is a 55 plus, but it's probably close to 75. So they would walk their trash, drop it in, and then when they dropped it in, the waste management guys would come and pick it up, So since the waste management guys come pick it up, they charge every single house X amount of dollars. I believe it was like $19 or $20 a home. I think there's 375 homes in there, 390, somewhere around there. So David Burton, this place isn't like for rich people, you know. It's well built, but it's not, you know, it's not Palm Beach Island.
Right.
It's tucked in Tequesta on like the Girl Scout Jonathan Dickinson State Park.
Yeah.
So I go there, and I'm like, I'm going to start there first. It's the most northern part. I'm not going to Stewart, the most northern part. I'm going to work myself down. So I go there, talk to the property manager. He goes, this is crazy. Got to meet this guy, David Burton. Met David, brought me around. And I go, yeah, I want to put boxes next to your doors. That's where he goes, yeah, there's a little cute business you got here, but I want you to do something for me. I was like, all right, what do you want me to do? He's like, I want you to pick up all this trash, all these places, and I want you to bring it to a dumpster in the back. I was like, okay, that's what I'll do. They had this huge area back there. So signed a contract for, I think, 3 months to see if I liked it. I was going to like it. When I was a kid, I used to have to pick up my dog's dog shit in the backyard.
So this is nothing.
I told my mother I'd do it for $1 million a year, and she said, you got to do what you love. So I pick up dog shit for $1 million a year. True story.
Yeah.
So pick up all the, start. So I'm like, okay. They give me a golf cart and a trailer. They're like, we expect you to get a truck in 3 months. So they're like, all right, cool. The golf cart and a trailer. I just start picking up the trash and the recycle and the bulk, and then, did it. And then David actually resigned, and then another guy took over. I think his name was like Conrad or something. And then we signed a year agreement. But we charged them per home. I charged them per home. And I didn't know what I was doing.
Now, when you were doing the golf cart, how many times were you driving the golf cart and bags would fall the fuck off and you have to get...
Yeah.
Did that happen a lot?
Well, they had a trailer on the back. These guys were smart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they had this... I mean, this is jumping a little further, but when I sold that company, the guys I sold it to were supposed to do that property. So if those guys did that property, I wouldn't be here right now. I don't know what I'd be doing.
Yeah.
I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the guys I sold to were supposed to do that property, and I have no idea why they did it. I didn't know who they were, at the time. But so yeah. So no, they had a nice trailer, driving the garbage, dropping it in, and I had to be there at a certain time because Waste Management got there at a certain time to dump it. So I would have done anything. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I was doing. They paid me well. They actually paid me really well.
And what period is this here? So is this all the trash from the development? That can't be just one person's house, right?
No. So that's in. It's called Cinnamon Tree in Jensen Beach.
Okay.
And they gave me the fortunate enough to have the contract there. But my whole thing was saving people money, and I didn't know that was what I was supposed to do. But when I met Mr. Burton. And he was like, you're here to save me money. I'm paying $21 a home. I want to pay. No one lives there full time. So it's not like a fancy, ritzy place. So when I went there to start picking up the trash, it was like probably like a $8 savings or something per home. I have no idea. But
that's a lot when it adds up.
Yeah, for sure. I think they were on the verge of like 6 figures.
Fuck.
Paying.
Now, if you're getting that much a can, so like what's the net on that?
For me, at the time? Oh,
yeah.
Man, you're looking at
just
pennies.
out of curiosity. Really?
Yeah, you're probably looking at
what's the overhead?
When I had the golf cart?
Yeah.
It was just myself.
It was just you, right?
Yeah, it was 100%.
So if you're getting, what, 20, 30 a home?
No, I wasn't getting that much.
What were you getting?
I think I was getting about $1,275.
Still, and you were doing how many?
390, 370.
That ain't bad.
No, but yeah, I was doing like at 23.
Yeah.
Thought I was living the dream. And you know how many hours I worked a week?
How many?
10.
Fuck you. How about that?
Yeah.
That's what I think of that.
And Fridays off.
Yeah. Can you rub it? You're twisting now, Tony.
It's not. Well, it's not. It was easy.
I'm just kidding about that.
But I was always anxious and paranoid that I was going to lose it. So I used to work there on Thanksgiving. Guy used to come out, like this one guy who's a nice guy, and he was like, "Go home, man. It's Thanksgiving." I was like, fuck, I'm not going home. Like, I don't want this to be crazy. So I guess I worked all the time. I didn't care.
I don't understand. I get holidays, but the holiday isn't paying the bill.
True.
Right?
And Thanksgiving's later in the day.
Yeah, it's later in the day anyway when the Lions come on usually.
Mm-hmm.
Why do the Lions always play on Thanksgiving?
Tradition.
It's just tradition.
Yeah.
Always.
Old
always.
team.
But there's no Barry Sanders anymore.
There will be again.
You think so?
Nah, not for running.
Maybe not for the Lions.
Yeah. They'll mess it up. That's what they do. I'm a Packer fan, so I know what they do.
Yeah. But it's so cool to see how somebody evolved. Like, you know, you were on a golf cart. Or actually, you didn't know where you were going to go in life. You know, you got some crazy teacher worried about it. She obviously had something she didn't like about you.
For sure.
I don't know. Maybe you should have banged her. You know,
Maybe.
I mean, who the hell knows? You know, whatever. But you're in that weird situation, and then just out of like coincidence almost, it turns into this, which I'm sure when you were playing football and basketball and everything else, the last thing you thought you would be doing is a golf cart picking up trash. But you know, when you break it down and you get to that $19 a house, you know, if you just got 1,000 houses on your route, you're good to go.
Yeah, that was the goal.
Now, isn't that difficult to deal with because of the city?
Yeah. So I always say the reason I had to drop it in a dumpster, because the cleanest thing about the trash industry is the trash itself. It's a dirty game. Like the people involved, a lot of hands involved. It's insane. It really, even today, I'm still in it, kind of, you know, in a different way, but it's dirty. It's dirty.
Without you know, affecting anything? What's so dirty about it?
The obvious, obviously. You know, I don't got to tell you, but you know. I mean, the Italians used to, right back in the days, if you start your truck up, this will be the last time you start it up kind of stuff.
The whole
That's done.
Thing.
It's white collar now.
Yeah.
Right? So there's no like... You know,
nobody's coming there asking you for money to do the thing. You're actually fighting with the county or the city, right?
And the hauler.
Yeah.
So Palm Beach, or you know, here, they have their own. So they is this town called South Palm Beach?
So, Rob, what's this town? This is right here where we're at here. It's still
Palm Beach.
It's still Palm Beach, yeah.
Okay, so they do it themselves.
Okay.
So they do it themselves. They have the government, you know, and they pick it up, right? Compactors, they outsource it. So they pick a company to do that's big time trucks. So compactors, they outsource it. And when I say outsource, the companies bid on it. When the companies bid, then they take it away. So like a town like Jupiter, where I'm from, right? That's where I started all this. So Jupiter, they are in contracts called a franchise agreement with the municipality, and then inside that contract, they're the only person that can take MSW, municipal solid waste. The only ones. No one else can touch it. You can't all of a sudden go, you know, my uncle owned a garbage company. Maybe I'll start. You know, So that's it. Every restaurant, everybody has to use one company. It's waste management. Now recycling is open market.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and that's how I kind of, my business.
You were able to make it work because the recycling, you don't need to fight those people.
Well, the first company I had, trash, I mean, I'm telling you, man, it was crazy. I mean, I used to find, I never took trash off property. I had to throw it on dumpsters on site. So we, like the model of Little Club, what they showed me was, we have a dumpster in the back that's out of sight, out of mind. We just need someone to clear it. And we have another company that comes and waste management has to pick it up. So I was like, how do I recreate that? And then when I bought my truck, I mean, there's a huge dent on this, can't see it, but huge dent on the side. I mean, I didn't know how to drive a trailer. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that thing was parallel to me one time.
Don't worry, me neither.
Yeah, it's nuts. So I learned how to, you know, drive a trailer. But then so I lost Little Club. They hired the maintenance guy, or the grounds guy who does the lawn. So I had a job for 2 months. I freaked out. I was like, that's it. But I had this idea. So those containers are like, I'm not trying to be like nerd alert here, but like 96 gallons, right? They hold 96 gallons, 45 gallons, 45 gallons of trash. There's probably like 9 of them, whatever, like, you know, if the building has like, you know, 12 units, there might be, you know, 9 places. If it has 20 units, it might have like, you know, 15 or something like that. So every single person has a place to put their trash, right? So if you take that, and this is 55 plus, they don't use much trash. They're not having, you know, chicken wing parties and Super Bowl parties, right? So or kids. So you have 45 gallons, add it all up, it made a number. Divide that by this number, or times it by this number, it was the yards.
Wow, the yards, huh?
So in my mind, so that what you see here, that place, I'm backed up. This guy Pat Bove, actually, he was like, bro, you got to, you know, take some pictures of this and document. I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's the only picture I ever have.
Wow, you should. Nah, I bet you wish you had them, right? It would be cool to see the
golf cart
growth.
Cool.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That's the only one I have. Yeah, my man Juan Alberto sitting shotgun right there. He used to help me. But there is dumpsters all on property. So I removed the dumpsters. You know what Suncast is?
Yeah.
The pool, you know?
Yeah. Because I used to have an engineering firm. So
Okay.
until the MV bullshit happened, I do. I know who they are.
So they make the plastics.
Yeah.
That was my garbage cans.
Oh, wow.
On that property was all that. But see, I sold it as you'll never have someone overflow you with illegal trash dump of tile, everything. But we had to find a place to put dumpsters on property, and that was the hard sell.
Now how'd you find it? How'd you sell it?
Well, first and foremost, like I said, luckily it was a recession, so everybody was looking to save a nickel.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, luckily. I mean, I'm telling you, all luck, man. So, and you know, I didn't know I was a salesman until I was in. I used to deny I was a salesman until I got into it. You know,
and then you realized that you naturally were, right?
I guess, yeah.
Well, if you got 3 fucking companies, if not more,
Yeah.
and one big one,
Sure.
or that I think is gonna blow off.
Sure.
Now, when you're doing the recycling,
Mhm.
don't you think that the trash wouldn't that be a monopoly? If you can only go to one place, that's a monopoly.
It is. But see, it's called franchise. That's what so if you look in the documents, franchise. So every single home, say, I think Jupiter just went up to, I got an email, I think it's like $22 a home. Damn. But it used to be 14.
Jeez.
But right now, it's goofy.
Everything
Yeah.
is nuts.
So $22 a home. But part of that 22 goes back to the city. That's part of the franchise agreement.
That's the kick.
And
that's the fucking kick.
There's more of a kick. The more of a kick is every single commercial company pays a percentage on their bill. So if your bill's $100, 3%, you're paying $103. $3 going to the city. Now you go to Miami, it's like 26%, maybe more.
You'd be better off dealing with the fucking Italians. I mean, seriously.
Sure. Yeah.
They don't put it out for bid either, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they put out for bid.
but then Waste Management gets it all the time.
No, there's like 5. There's 4 or 5 garbage companies in Palm Beach County.
But I'm saying, like, the town itself doesn't put it up. Or the county would have to put it up.
No, the town does.
The town does.
Yeah, the town. So the town of Jupiter will, if they want, they could just renew it. But lately they have been bidding it out. And when they bid it out, you got, probably 4 companies. But the criteria to meet, come on, man.
What is it? Completely insane.
If I show the money you have to have, the trucks, you already have to be doing a municipality. I mean, how are you going to get in there? Maybe.
Well, they do that purposefully.
Of course.
Yeah. Because like what I'm saying with the monopoly thing, it's like, let's just say that they did that with McDonald's, right? What's the difference? If they said Palm Beach can only have McDonald's, and you can only McDonald's fast food can be in Palm Beach. What is the difference between that and a recycling company that is the only one doing Palm Beach?
Money. A lot of money in garbage. Told you. Cleanest thing is the trash.
But it's the same thing, right?
They make a lot of money in garbage in Palm Beach County.
But the example.
I hear what you're saying. The examples are.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to confirm.
Similarities for 100%. Yeah. Like you can only use one painter in the entire town.
Right.
That's it.
And now anybody else.
One plumber.
If it wasn't the actual government doing it.
Correct.
Whoever that is would be fined, charged,
for sure.
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But it's the government.
But I had dreams of being the big guy.
Yeah.
I did. And then those dreams get squashed really fast. And I say it all the time. It's I found a niche and I used it and it worked for me. But the barrier to entry in certain businesses, especially trash, is leaps and bounds. Like I say this to my friends, guys who want to start businesses too. I say, barrier to entry is huge. So that's why you see a ton of landscapers, right? A ton of realtors. No offense. You see a ton of these people, right? Because it's very easy to do that. You just real estate. You take a test, right? I knew a stripper that was real estate.
Me too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, more than one.
And so did the guy in The Big Short. Right?
Yeah,
the movie.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. He's like, how many homes do you have?
Yeah.
So you got.
Can we go to one of them?
Exactly. so pizza places. There's a ton, right? I mean, but trash that's why there's 4. And you have to have like Coastal, great people. They do a very, very good job. They got a lot of money behind them, man. A lot.
That's what it's about. Because Rourke Rourke, right? Or you just know of him?
Nah, I know John since I was 14.
Oh, same as Mike. Okay, yeah. Because he was trying to. What was Rourke doing? Where he was moving something, or he had the issue with maybe he was just cleaning up trash in a development, and and it was like a volunteer thing. It wasn't like getting in the way of the route, and they gave him hell just because he went on his own time. He was moving somebody, and maybe 5 houses down had a bunch of trash. Remember he was talking about that, and he got shit from the city?
Sure, I'm sure.
It was just, that's why I was kind of asking, because I was curious, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How is that not a complete monopoly?
It is.
It is, but they can get away with it because of the government, like everything else.
Now, homes I kind of understand. Like, if you don't live in an HOA, and say, the next house has you might have 50 trucks, like landscapers, right? Could have 50 on a street at one time. It's okay, right? Because they're gone in 30 minutes. But when it comes to commercial, like I really think it should be
wide open.
It
should be open market.
Boca allows it.
Do they?
Yeah, and I mean, if I lived in Boca, I'd probably do a little bit better in life. I do all right, but I hate driving from Jupiter to Boca.
Yeah.
But to have an open market to like pick, and I never really went to Boca, so when I went to FAU, I went to the FAU Davie, right? So that's where I drove.
Yeah, you went all the way down.
So at the weird campus, there's like 7 schools there, but in Boca, it's a huge city, and that place is enormous. I mean, there's a building everywhere. Every single place there's a building, and every single person has trash.
Would you ever consider going to Boca?
I do all the time, yeah.
I mean, like moving there.
Oh, no.
No?
No, it's not for me.
Not for you.
I'm a Northern County guy.
Northern County guy?
Yeah, I'll never. That's my spot. But I mean, I'll drive there. You know, it's you got to do research. It's time. It's time. You know, you got to do sales again. You know, what we do now. So, but Boca's an open market for commercial.
And the way you have it, you could go down there, make your deals, and then put your guys on it, right? Technically.
So I don't own a garbage company anymore.
You're just a part of it. Or
No.
It's gone. You have no piece of that.
So that company with the truck, I sold 7. What's it? It's like 6, 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I sold it. Great company, great guys. I told you so. Go back. Those guys would have took over Little Club. There'd be no me in garbage ever. Me and those guys were going to partner together. So the son kind of was running it, and the father wasn't really in sales anymore. And then we were going to partner, and the numbers just didn't work out because I knew where I wanted to be and where I was going. And I was going to sell myself short. I wasn't going to keep selling to like meet you at a certain percentage. I wanted to be equal.
Right.
So it didn't work, for us. And then I started this mobile home 55 plus. Actually, where John works at now, believe it or not. And I had nothing to do with that. So I had to sign a non-compete. John put me in a bad spot. Sign a non-compete. He worked for me.
Yeah.
He was in the Army.
Yeah.
And he wanted to have fun. He thought jumping on a garbage truck was fun, like a little kid. So I was driving it. So I drive a garbage truck. He's hanging off, living his best life, throwing garbage, recycle.
I could see him doing that too.
He did, yeah, he did.
John's nuts like on the DL. He tries to act like he's not nuts, but he's fucking nuts.
No, he's tame now.
Yeah.
He's tame now.
Yeah, acts tame.
100%. He's tame.
So what do you think it was in the recycling garbage that you were able to succeed so well? Like, what do you think it was that you did differently from other companies that got you to the point where you got to before you did alleviate yourself of it?
So from 23 years old to 31, I never took a vacation. So I was driving trucks. I was doing this. I mean, I was like 26 years old. I had a 50-something-year-old man working for me. Very weird, for me. But I didn't have a life, and I sold that. And the only reason I sold is I started a 55-plus community. And this woman called me from San Diego. And she was like, I didn't start the community yet. I put a bid in for it. And I peeped it out. I saw I could put a compactor here or some dumpsters. So they I get a call. I don't know what's going on. I thought they would accept me or not. It's a office and everything. I get a call from San Diego. This woman, she calls me, Shelly, and she says, "Hi, my name's Shelly. I manage the not in San Diego, somewhere in California." She goes, "I manage the mobile home community. I can't think of the name. Pine Lake Gardens and Estates in Stewart." I said, "Okay." And she goes, "Can you do it?" I said, 100%. She's like, you can really do it. I said, "I promise." She's like, "Well, I had some problems there before." So finally, I did it. And I did it for about 4 months, right? And I saw what she was making, like money. Like I accidentally saw her check somehow, the first check. I had to go pick my check up. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? This lady's clicking mouses. I was an outside dog, an inside dog.
Yeah.
I wanted to be an inside dog, right? So I studied her business. I studied her business, and I approached those guys that we were supposed to partner with, and I said, I want to sell you my company, and they jumped at it. I think we got the deal done in like 2 months, maybe 3. I sold it like March, official, like 7 years ago. I think 6, maybe 7, and then May was official. It was done. Like I quit my last route, May 28th or something like that was the last time that I ever picked up garbage in my entire life. And then I started this company, Access Recycling, and did what Shelly did. And that changed, everything,
That changed everything with that.
That
was like the next level. So things in your life so far, they're just kind of falling in, you know, the chips are just falling into place the right way.
For sure.
But you're also putting in crazy amount of hours, no vacations, no holidays, you know.
Stressful.
Stressful, yeah.
Stressful. I went to a wedding in Key West, left here at 4, drove as fast as I can to make the wedding. I was in it. I think I was best man I was best man. Another wedding in Key West, drove as fast as I can. I wake up Sunday morning at like 5 in the morning. I got to go home because I'm freaking out because I got to wake up Monday.
Yeah.
It's terrible, man. Terrible, terrible thing. Trash never sleeps.
But I think with any business that you started, it's like that, especially in the beginning.
Sure.
Because you have to be able to separate yourself from everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, so when they're sleeping, you want to be awake so that you're more available. Like Machiavelli says, availability.
Sure, 100%. Yeah, I know that.
If you're available, I mean, it's very important.
Mm-hmm.
So then you go to the all access, that takes off, that kills. And what part of that do you have now? Are you still in full mode with this? Or
yeah, I'm 100% on Access Recycling. Yeah.
Okay, great.
It's called Access Recycling because it was to give people access to recycling. When I did a property, none of them recycled, and they had a lot of trash. You start recycling, now you change the waste stream. Now you invite a new stream to come in that's recycling. And the waste drastically drops because of recycle. I'm not a green guy. I'm a real guy. I'm a money guy. But if you start recycling, but people would say recycling is more expensive. I'm like, well, let me figure out how it's not more expensive. And that's kind of where
because it takes the weight load off of the actual trash.
And pickups. Yeah. You get charged for every pickup. So you have an 8-yard dumpster, which is the largest front load dumpster, you know, thing that looks like a bull that comes in and picks it up. Mm-hmm. That's a front load dumpster. Highest, the biggest size is an 8. Smallest is a 2. I mean, you can go to a half yard, but 2, 4, 6, 8. That's what they go by. There's 3s and whatever. But so those front loads there, if you have an 8-yard dumpster going say 4 times a week, right? That costs you probably close to $1,600.
Damn.
So I was like, hey, if you had a 4-yard dumpster going 4 times a week, that's $800.
That's how you scale it down.
Right? We'll throw a recycle in here. That's going to cost you $200. Right, but match it up. So if it's an 8-yard 4 times a week, it's 32 yards. 4 times 4, 16. Let's get an 8-yard recycle in there. Let's get that going 2 times a week. There you go. 16 plus 16, 32. Right, You're kind of rearranging their thing. People got to buy into it, and 99% do. You know, and when they do that, their garbage bill may be $1,200 now. You know, so now they're good.
They're happy to go. I can tell you around here, they don't. If you put the recycle shit in blue and yellow bins, they take it if they feel like it.
Sure.
Most times they don't take it.
Yeah, I believe you. Yeah.
So you could actually do that without any issue? You could actually take the recycling like around here?
So I outsource the recycling. So I got Coastal, they're partners of mine, Waste Pro. We use Waste Management as well.
Power move.
So, I approached a company, a bigger one here, and I was like, you could get rid of all your salesmen and just hire me. And I'll go and I'll work my ass off and I'll get you as many accounts as I can, like for real, because my money's on the line too. He's like, I would love to do that, but the old school Italian guys are working there. He's not about it. I was like, okay. So that kind of fell through. But the partnership is, I would go out and I'll say, we'll go to Tommy's Pizza Shop, right? Say your garbage is $1,000. Your garbage is $1,000. I'll make it $700. Kind of thing.
Yeah, who's not going to take that?
Yeah, so we pay the trash, we pay the recycle, and then we keep the little bit of the crumbs that we can,
That's a good move, though.
And we manage it.
Yeah.
So if there's a problem, we do a big builder here in Northern County, right? They're everywhere, but they're, Northern County is where they're based out of. And we do a majority of their plazas, and, we handle a ton of issues. So, now we've got we can solve everything. Compactor breaks down, we'll make sure to help you out. This happens. I mean, we got compactors, we've got this, we've got that. But our whole goal is to save people money, make it cleaner, more efficient. And then in Ibis Coughlin Country Club, I got 2 machines that turn food into water.
Wow.
And that was something I Googled.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Kinda. They're a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I bet they are.
Yeah.
Reminds me of like Dennis Rodman, you're like the cleanup guy, like doing all the dirty work, like that nobody else wants to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, it fucking makes money, right?
It does. It's a good business, great business.
So then you do all that, you go from there, and then when does Spill Kings come into the mix?
Yeah, so
that's interesting.
So
one of
my best friends, right? He just had a wedding. I was in it. Great wedding, great time, great guy. his father owned their company called AST, it was Atlantic Smart Technologies. They used to do alarms. Now they do like, fancy stuff and, nice homes, like all the automation and stuff. I had it in my house, beautiful setup. It's called Savant System, right? You put all that stuff in.
You heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
House I was in just had it.
What's that?
The house I was just in had it.
Yeah. So I had I have a Savant, had it. It's great. I mean, that's their game now, I think. But their father was a hustler, so he had a side thing, and it was the Spill King thing, right? So Matt was telling me about it, like his younger brother. He's got 5 brothers, so five total. So he's one of 5. So he's the oldest, right? So he's like, my father had this company called Spill King, or he has it, but his father passed away, unfortunately, and left it.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, good dude too, smart guy. So he had Spill King, and he gave it to the brother JB, and kind of JB not give it to him, but JB was kind of running it with the mother, and the middle brother Will, and they were kind of doing their thing. So then I see my buddy Matt Clark, and I see him at Jupiter Beach Resort. And I'm like, what is this Spill King stuff? I know you mentioned it. How can I help you? So you ever seen a gas station where you see that kitty litter on the ground?
Yeah.
So that's a type of it's not a real absorbent, but that's so you don't slip and stuff. So for the garbage companies, they have mounds of that cat litter in their garages for their trucks because it leaks oil. You have to throw it down. So I was like, dude, I could probably get this in the garbage spots. So I got involved, started doing a little bit more research, and then I was like, dude, let's just buy this from your family, kind of thing. And it was just gonna be me, him, and this guy Dave. Not a guy Dave, one of my good friends, best friends too. And me, him, and Dave. And then JB wanted to be involved still. So he embraced it, let's do it. And we bought it from their mother, and we revamped it. It took us 2.5 years to revamp it where it is now. Because they used to just sell to auto places and farmers and stuff like that. And, we kind of were this stuff is sold in Publix. And I don't mean sold in, let me repeat. It's not sold in Publix. It's used by Publix. So if you go by the dairy, the
Probably
seafood,
the fish. Yeah, I was just gonna say the fish.
you'll see these jugs. It's called Perlite, and it's a competitor of ours, right? But I have an in Publix. We're really trying to make that happen. But when it's a real thing. You wouldn't even think it's one of those weird businesses where you're like, come on, what does this guy do? Selling chalk. It looks like chalk.
Yeah, because when you go on the site, it's pillow pack, and it's interesting. But what's cool about it, even though you took it over later, it was already established because it was around since 94, 99?
Conquering Spill since
94.
1994.
Yeah.
We
So
came
here's the
up with
website.
that slogan.
Go to products, Rob. So tell me about these products because the names are kind of eye-catching.
Yeah, that's JB.
That's JB.
Yeah.
So what's a handle pouch?
So handle pouch, instead of using a jug, these are a little bit better to use. They seal just as fine. But that's for we wanted to go to soccer mom, a dad who works on his car in his garage, and give this in people's homes. If your toilet floods, you're getting the towels, probably 4 of them.
Yeah.
You use this stuff, it's good. You got a little kid, he drops over a bottle of ketchup, bottle of wine,
And then you just sweep it up?
That's it.
Really?
It 100% absorbs. It's non-leaching, so the cat litter leaches.
Now on that first one, go back up. say you put that in on tile in a shower. Will that clean that up?
You put, yeah. Well, it doesn't clean it, doesn't shine it.
It just gets anything up off of it.
Yeah. So who uses is Cheney Brothers. They buy it from us. And they actually use
Good
it
contract
in
to
their,
have there, buddy.
yeah, they're good. We want to extend that with them.
This guy goes, oh, yeah, they're good.
No, it's great. No, it's great. I know them. They're great people.
Yeah.
I wanted to partner with them in the garbage. They actually helped me in trash.
Did
Straight
they?
up. They got me in the Ibis Golf and Country Club and Perlite, Stewart Yacht and Country. They helped me out for sure. But that's for the person at home. They sprinkle it on. You have to have a type of broom and you sweep it up. But when I was talking to Publix about it, the reason they like it so much is because the way the Publix floor is, red wine would seep into the cracks.
Oh,
This stuff takes it out.
Shit.
Wow.
And eggs, you can't pick eggs up any other way. This stuff picks it up right up.
Wow.
It's like volcanic. Then you guys has to heat up to 1,800 degrees, and under a microscope, it looks like popcorn.
fucking cool. It's almost like charcoal, like in a sense.
I have no idea.
No, I'm just saying charcoal because like it absorbs.
Yeah.
I don't know. People that get all fucked up, they pump them with charcoal. It cleans you out. I don't know. I guess a bad analogy. All right, now tell me about the pillow bag. This shit's pretty fucking cool, man.
Pillow bag's a little bigger. It's for like a bigger.
Same thing though.
Yeah. So it's just for how much people consumption. So the first one we that's what I say, we completely changed the model. This is for the at-home guy, woman. This right here is for the business. This is a guy who's like has a garage, or something or whatever.
Right, like it, and up there you have a trucker. So if you got a big diesel truck that you got to park when you're not driving it, of course it's gonna fucking leak. You can just use this, and your wife, girl, or neighbors won't complain about what you did to the macadam. God forbid.
Yeah.
This one's pretty cool. Spill station.
Yeah, that's all. So that's the spill station. So you would set that up. So this is ironic. We went to a place, food distributor, not Cheney. I can't think of the name. They just did meat, and me, JB, and Will went in there for a demonstration. And the guy's like, "You're telling me this would come right off?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." He's like, "All right." So he's like, "Follow me." So they have meat that drips blood onto the floor, right?
And blood's the hardest thing to get out of anything, or one of the hardest things.
Like that.
Really?
Guy couldn't believe in 20 seconds. And I'm not selling like that. I'm being honest. Like,
no, I know.
We do a demonstration. It's on the website. But that spill station we wanted to put up in every single area. So if the blood was happening, a guy could see it, takes the bag, puts the blood down, or puts the stuff on the blood, does the sweep, sweeps it up. There's little bags right there, and that's it. You're done.
All you serial killers out there, take note. Wow.
If you buy in bulk,
hey.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That's awesome.
So the spill station's for like country clubs, grocery stores.
I could see it at a gas station too.
Gas
like
station
next
would
to
be
a
great.
gas pump.
Right. That stuff's light, so it blows. So if, like today is a windy day, it might blow on you. Gas station, correct. Inside by the Coca-Cola station where people have the ice and everything's dropping.
The slushies and all that shit.
Correct. Yeah.
Now, could you put any of this in like the washer? Like if you have stains in clothes, could you throw any of that in
it's
there?
not a cleaner like that. It's just an absorbent. It just
I know. I'm just trying to get everything I can out of it.
No, it's not. It's not OxyClean.
I'm just seeing maybe you got something in there for me.
You know what? You know how they found this though. The guy, really smart guy. So that's who we bought it from down in Broward. I think they shut down because there was like a murder at the plant. No, I'm serious. Like something shady happened. So we don't even get it there anymore. We have to go to another this other company. But they bring it in. It's like a boulder. They're on the railway. Comes out. They chip it. They throw it in. They heat it up, and they bag it. But what they first used this for was they combined it with cement, and it actually for high rises. So he educated me. I saved the money, saved the builders on cement costs. Yeah. So this thing is kind of a wonderful. And I mean, it's only in like 5-6 places in the world. Got to be rocky. It's a old volcano. Like that's not spitting out lava.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then what? And then the big bag box. What is that? Just a massive amount of it?
Yeah. So before we were involved, JB was still involved. Like I said, JB was given these, the reins to run with it. He flew to Walmart corporate, actually. Yeah. No, this stuff's serious. So Walmart uses this too. All these companies use it, man. No one knows. Yeah. He flew to Walmart, and that's what Walmart does. So they buy those, and they refill their own jugs so that they don't have to keep buying jugs. So they buy with the big guy. Their guys fill it, and then they send it back out. So that, I mean, you could use that at like a place like maybe Cheney Brothers could use. They use the pillow bags, but you could, use that. Someone that has a lot of stuff, going on.
A lot of stuff, a lot of space, and a lot of spills, and this just makes it almost instant. It sounds like
it is. Yeah.
Now, are you going to expand with this and add more? Do you think? New products, like keep adding new products. You're just going to stick.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why break what's not broken, right?
And we haven't even really scratched the surface, yet. I mean, they were doing. Before we started, they were doing 100,000. I believe we're like, I think we increased that, by a lot, 5-6 times per,
And the more stores you get in, so your focus with this is getting it out more.
Yeah, it's 4 of us.
This point,
we had cool meetings, we, we're all buddies. We hang out on the weekends and stuff, what makes it even better, Dave's the smart one. He does all the numbers. He can tell you everything that's going on. Matt and myself are, more of the sales part. And wears all the hats. I think he's the CEO, to be honest. We think he should be. But but he works full time. So he's the full-time guy, and he grinds. You know, he really has. I mean, he's really even during the corona, he really was like pumping it. So they're trying to use this for fracking. So when you frack, you go down and like some stuff, you know, whatever comes up, they try all kind of stuff like coconut shavings and all this kind of stuff. We're trying to get in with that.
If that works for fracking,
It does.
Well, okay. If they buy
You just
into
got to
it,
get the contract.
yeah. If you get the contract,
Yeah.
you can buy me a vacation, buddy.
Sure.
Did you know about that murder you was talking about?
No.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
No, I was
something.
thinking they used it to clean up then, but I was gonna make a joke. Boom.
Canned. But yeah, and you know what? That's probably a good idea that you keep it kind of all the same stuff. It's easier to sell that way too. Less shit to pitch, and you know it works.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we talk crazy stuff. We're big sweaters. So we talk about like, you know, putting it under your armpits and stuff like that.
But that's funny. You have a video on the homepage.
Yeah, that was in a grocery store.
Yeah, play that video, Rob. It's just it. Now, do you think that this kind of the reason why you went with this was because of the trash business?
Yeah, I saw that.
It kind of ties together in a way.
Yeah,
and that's why you bought in on it.
Yeah. No, we country clubs, we're on it all.
Oh, it's on YouTube. We can't fucking do it.
That's his father.
That's his father right there?
Yeah. That's why he's got the crown on. Rick Clark.
Rick Clark.
We can show the image though, right?
Yeah, I think.
So those are the jugs. We went from jugs. Jugs just don't ship well enough. Everything's shipping in this world. So the pouches ship a lot better.
Wow, that's a whole. What, you got a wig on there?
Yeah.
That's fun. You got to keep it fun.
Those are my buddy's wives.
That's hilarious.
That's JB.
Hey, what's up, JB? Good product, man.
There's Matt on the right. That's Lil Will with the eggs.
That's good, man.
So if you're listening to this, we're just watching a video on the homepage for spillking.com, and they do funny shit to keep you watching. That's a good like trailer, you know.
That's them.
It's captivating.
That's not me. That's
fun.
those guys. They wanted to do like the shave Dollar Shave guys
Yeah.
and like, you know, goofy ESPN commercials.
People like that stuff.
It works
Need a
for
laugh,
them.
man.
It's
Yeah.
2022 now.
Yeah.
And what do we know?
Need a laugh.
You just get the sales, and I get the sales, and we let the creators do the creative part of it, right?
Yeah. No, it's a great product though. It really is. I mean, I've been almost a part of. Couldn't even tell you how many companies, you know, interested in starting. This one is legit.
Now, having done the recycle business with the trash and now this, what is your opinion on this whole green thing? Where obviously right now they're pushing the green battery cars.
Sure.
You know, stop the fossil fuel, close the pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
What's your opinion on that?
Oh, I don't really have much of an opinion on video, but I think it's, you know, I know part of it's fake. You know, I do know that. If you go, so Palm Beach County, so Waste Management has to pick up your trash, right? Like I said, in Jupiter, and then by law they have to bring it to SWA, which is a governmental agency, Southern Waste Authority.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's another clean outfit involved there. But I know someone inside there, great guy, solid guy, and they came up with it's called a WTE facility, waste to energy. So they burn the MSW and the stuff that, you know, we trash, and they provide electricity. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what I always wondered? When you throw your trash out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say your kids are throwing recyclables or what should be recyclable in the garbage.
Yeah.
They pick up the garbage, they put it in the garbage truck, they bring it to wherever.
Sure.
They don't sort that out, do they?
100%.
They do sort it out.
Yeah, it's called a MRF. It's an acronym.
So they still will sort out plastics and things of that nature, so it doesn't make it into the...
For 100%. Like these Fiji bottles, the Monster cans, they'll get recycled.
Really?
The other stuff, no. And you know what? I shouldn't say that, because if you throw it in a dirty load, it goes into the garbage. I mean, the best cardboard, so cardboard is, you know, big time commodity.
Yeah.
Back when Trump stopped with the tariffs with China, cardboard sank big time. A lot of people had to like restructure quickly. Cardboard was like $140 like a ton or something like that. I think it was a ton. I think they measure it by ton, I should say. And it went to like 50, then to like 40, like 35. People freaking out. Brown Distributing, you know, they're no longer here, but Brown Distributing had like more. This room would be, that's it. You couldn't even open the door how much cardboard they had. Just think how much cardboard they go through. People were begging for people to take the cardboard. You have the people who used to go and jump in dumpsters, take cardboard, and bring it to these facilities. I'm being serious.
Oh,
Really?
God.
Yeah, it was their job.
So, was that move by Trump a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know.
From your business standpoint,
We had to restructure fast. You know,
but then did it lead to better or not? Or
it was back up now, so I don't know where it's going. But that whole deal stopped, and when that stopped, it was like, oh shit. You know?
now you have to kind of like in the middle of it, stop everything and go with the new flow.
Because they're the biggest. China was the biggest buyers of cardboard then. You know, it's like I think it's called either the yellow. I think it's the yellow sheet. Comes out every day, and that's with all the recycle trash and recycle companies. They get it. So when they get it, they look at it, and they're like, all right, this is what's going for today.
So you had people diving in dumpsters. Like, that's funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's just
Make
like
money.
up north, they go
The
after.
oil.
No, they go for the
cans.
copper.
Oh, the copper.
Yeah, they'll go in the middle of the night and steal all that copper up in like Pennsylvania and Jersey, and then they make tons.
Oh yeah.
And cooking oil, apparently. People are stealing cooking oil. It's the weirdest shit.
Why are they
They're
stealing?
arresting them for it.
For what?
I
Cooking
don't,
oil?
I don't know what they do with it, but they're...
We make it into gas. So that's part.
that-
So Access Recycling is a company. Then we started another one called Complete Resource Group. We had some people asking us, could we do that? Could you do this for us? Could you do that for us? All right, do it. Mirasol, actually, this guy Charlie.
Yeah.
He's like, can you pick up grease? Sure. We'll figure it out. So now we pick up grease.
Huh.
So we have a company called Payless Pumping. Some serious good people there. Owner actually passed away out of the blue. Daughters, believe, took it over. Maybe stepdaughter, I don't know, real daughter, and wife. And they stepped in and they run it now. They got some good employees. We were just with them today, actually, pumping the sewers
Oh, good for
and
them.
grease. But solid people. But so they picked that stuff up. So we have another company that we use called Flowzona, right? Another good guy. His name's Tim Wood, man. He played baseball. Played for, I think, I don't know. He has an interview. It's hilarious. He has an interview. He says, like, what's your favorite thing about playing minor league baseball? I think he said the restaurants. Come on, Tim. What's going on? This dude bought a horse, bro. This dude bought a horse.
From playing in the minor leagues?
Him and you gotta listen.
Do that.
Him and 4 dudes bought a racing horse for pennies. Listen,
Really?
the horse couldn't turn left.
That's why it was fucking pennies.
You think I'm lying?
No, I believe
This
you.
horse out of the gate, boom, it can't turn left. I'm like, you bought a horse? Oh, we got a trainer with it. Oh my god.
Oh, but like, what-
Okay, like he was watching it. He was
Yeah.
watching it. The horse couldn't turn left.
Oh, my God.
All I had to do was turn left.
Yeah, the whole time.
well, at least you could say you had a horse.
He still does, I think.
Well,
I don't know if he does now.
Probably helps him a lot with the ladies too, assuming he's not married.
Nah, he's a married guy.
Oh, fuck.
He's a great dude.
Sorry, buddy. I'm just joking
Nice,
around, man.
solid
Just
dude.
joking.
So he has a company called Flowzona. They pick up all the grease for us too, and then they bring it out to Indiantown, or they used to. There's a guy in Indiantown. He used to, whatever he did with it, I don't know the proper terminology, but then he would turn it into something where you can actually run a car on it or something like that. So that's why probably they're stealing
Yeah.
it. So
What a complicated business overall. Like
well, now gas is up,
yeah.
but when gas was down, their business wasn't as good. It's like this, man. Everything goes this, right?
Yeah, it's up and down.
Housing,
up and down.
everything's goofy right now. But the grease now is a hot commodity again.
So, and this isn't a political question. This is just an actual question.
Sure.
Do you think that move that Trump made was a good move
With the,
with the cardboard?
if I
thing
wasn't
with
in the
China?
industry, I would say yeah. Straight up. I would.
Yeah. And that's not Trump or no Trump. Just the move. I didn't even know he did it.
Yeah.
I don't watch much news anymore. It's just so fucking. It drives me fucking crazy.
China's a different place. They own. You know how much farmland they own in America?
A lot.
Too much.
A lot.
Too much.
And I personally don't think we want to mess with them. I just don't think, especially them tied up with Russia.
Yeah.
I don't. I think Biden doesn't know what day it is, but I'm happy that he's not. I feel bad for the Ukrainian people.
Sure.
But you close that airspace, that's World War III. You know what I mean? For sure.
For sure.
And Ukraine, they were corrupt forever.
Yeah.
Now they got a problem. Now they want everybody to come help them.
Mhm.
But and now it's probably not the time to talk about it, I guess. But they could have been in NATO many times.
Yeah.
But they went to check and they weren't following policies. Okay, we'll be back in 2 years.
Sure.
Get rid of your nukes. They get rid of them, but they really didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll give you 2 more years and come back. They
Yeah.
came back in 2 years and they didn't get rid of them. So now you want NATO.
Yeah.
Well, if he would have followed the guidelines, they would have NATO.
Yeah. I'm not an expert on that stuff.
Me neither.
don't
I'm
even
probably
think about
completely
it.
fucking wrong. And
You're probably right.
I'm Who knows? It's my opinion that's probably completely.
Put you on the table like that, but I was born in '83.
Yeah, I was 82. So.
There you go. So all I cared about was sports.
Yeah.
I literally used to say, I didn't vote until 2006, and I could have voted in '02 for the first time. I used to say, I care about who the starting quarterback for the Miami Hurricanes is more than the president.
Hey.
No, I'm serious.
What does it matter? Half the time it's already
Yeah.
Probably, maybe. Who the hell knows?
I think you got to follow the dollar.
Follow the dollar.
I think so.
Follow the money.
Yeah.
That will give you your answer 9 times out of 10, right?
I think 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, even
10 out of
better.
10, yeah.
So then you go from that, and my opinion is gas. Gas is the way to go. I don't think I don't think we're ready for the electric cars.
You're 100% correct.
And we've talked about this many times on the podcast, and I'm sure you have. But if you look into it, there's not even enough battery to, even if tomorrow was, everybody had to get an electric car because the government said so. There's not enough batteries for everybody to have one. And again, when you put that in the soil, it's way worse than any fossil fuel going up in the gas.
Sure.
And that's a fact. That's research. That's not like Tommy bullshit conspiracy.
100%. Yeah. I
But
agree.
it's their agenda right now.
Yeah.
But when you got Elon Musk even saying that the world isn't ready yet to go all electric, you know what I mean? That's why his cars are getting pushed back 18 months. They're not meant for everybody on the planet.
No.
He has the lower one for the cheaper one initially, for somebody that really couldn't afford gas. And this was a simple way to get around.
Yeah.
It wasn't, his thing is the space shit.
Sure.
Tesla's part of it.
Starlight or something?
I should know this because
it's
Star. What the fuck is it called? SpaceX. SpaceX.
No. The internet.
Oh, the Neuralink.
Starlink.
So you got Starlink,
I
then
think
you got SpaceX,
Yeah.
and then you got Neuralink.
Yeah.
And I personally think Tesla's got to be at the bottom of the
You might be right.
Well, because when it came out, it was originally just for say you were working at McDonald's for $10 an hour.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could get the lower grade Tesla that didn't look that great, but it was a Tesla, and you could charge it,
Yeah.
and it didn't cost you gas.
Yeah.
And then they had a couple higher end for, rich guys to
Sure.
go around an electric car that have a gas car. That's what it originally came out to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then with this whole green movement and everything else, then it turned into this whole everybody wants a Tesla and then Porsche. And then everybody starts making them, to follow the grain.
There was a former president, I think, that had, he was part of this, he wasn't part of, but he but he accepted money from this, what is it called, solar panel company?
Oh, yeah, that was Bush. No, Clinton?
That was Obama.
Yeah. Or Obama.
It was $545 million deal, I think, $550 million deal. The company went bankrupt, but they pledged a lot to him. So, I don't know. But they all do.
Everyone does.
I always think Democrats and Republicans are in a gang. I think it's all a gang.
They're both getting it.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time.
Yeah, they're both getting money.
Yeah. I'm a realist. I wish I told my grandmother on Friday, so I wish they made a political party called The Realist. Not being the real life.
I wish they would get rid of red, blue, and just go run and let us vote legitimately, and whoever wins, wins.
Yeah.
Because I'm just for whoever's best. Again, we talk about this a lot because it's just all that there is, but whoever's in, if a Democrat's in and there's anybody in the fucking House or Senate that's Republican, nothing's going to get passed.
Sure.
It will be the thing, executive orders, and vice versa. So whether you have a good one or a bad one, nothing gets passed because they're always fighting with each other. You take that left-right out of it, maybe something actually gets done. And while countries like China don't play that fucking game, they do play the communism game, which is worse for their people. But as far as if we ever have to go up against them, they're not fucking around. We're fucking around.
Yeah.
Worried about this dumbass bullshit.
I think I sent my buddy this article. It's a video too. I mean, probably 6 years, maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Time flies, right? The corona makes everything go faster.
Yeah.
I think it was like 6 or 7 years ago. And, we have credit scores here, right? They have not a credit score. It's like if you're a good person score to them.
Yeah.
And then they give you points.
Oh, Tony, we had pulled it up.
That's why.
What they do is it goes by your browsing history.
And they see you in the streets, though, too. They got cameras. They identify you. They're like, oh.
That's him. This
Tim
is where he
doing some of that
went.
stuff. Exactly.
They compile what you're browsing online to judge your credit score.
It's wild.
And the cameras are all connected to each other.
Scary.
Fucking movie.
It's real and it's scary, but what's even scarier is that although it's not right like that, you know what I mean? But imagine how disciplined those people are.
Yeah.
And how ahead of the game they are. You know, every male in there has to go to the military.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you're a male in China, you have to go.
Oh, I did know that.
military.
100%. Yeah.
So every single male in China has been through the military.
For sure.
That's not very good for us. When we have timeout cards when you go to a Marine.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want to go be a Marine right now and a sergeant or general, whatever's yelling at you, you can go timeout.
I did not know that.
What did the two say? It's not a timeout. It's like a splash card or...
Yeah, like a timeout card. Though.
It's something you put up.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't take the heat.
I can't take the heat, but you're going to go to war against people like Russia, China, Afghanistan. What are you going to do then?
Sure.
Timeout card?
Yeah, my grandfather was a Marine.
Yeah, your grandfather...
Back in the day, he was a Marine. He was in Chichijima. He always talks about it. My other uncle was in the Air Force. Other uncle was in the Navy.
Powerhouses. All the respect in the world for those boys.
All police officers.
That's a real man. Those are real men. We're not real men. Those are real men.
I could do it. Well, they had no choice.
They had no...
They didn't graduate high school.
Well,
Not to put them on blast, but my grandfather said my uncle used to sleep on a friend's couch with boxes of macaroni and cheese under the sofa. They stole his macaroni and cheese. He went crying to my grandmother and said, I need to stay with you. Frank Flannery said, you got one option. You go to the service tomorrow.
Yeah,
all right, that's it.
I saw it was back then.
My uncle had to go.
I think it was working. I think they should bring back the draft.
That's scary. I don't know. I mean,
fuck it.
You mean like anybody?
Well, I don't know. Whatever the requirements are that I wouldn't have to go, I would make sure that I wouldn't. I don't think I can.
2020 vision. Nope, don't have that.
I think there's enough people.
Yeah.
I think there's enough technology too these days, not to send more people, but.
Yeah, I think if it was ever another like a World War III, I think it would probably be more cyberish, more cyber. Hopefully not chemical.
Like this war in Ukraine seems prehistoric to me, right?
Yeah. I'm real confused with it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Have you have any better idea on?
No.
I just
saw it's like devastating. I mean, it's like blown up fucking entire cities. Like nothing left. Like.
Well, he's got to be getting desperate by now.
Fuck.
Sure.
But see, I don't. What do you think?
About what?
I know you don't really like this shit, but okay.
I don't mix business with politics ever.
Yeah, no, this is just a general question. I'm not saying like, do you like this or do you like that? Just from a business mind standpoint, right?
Sure.
This is how I think.
Yeah.
I think Putin probably didn't get the right information that he should have, okay? I think he was fed the wrong information. But I don't think he's willing to show his hand to take over a place like Ukraine. Because say he goes to war with U.S. or another power country, not Ukraine the size of Texas, that's asking every other country for, arms and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
From a business standpoint, if you look at it like a business, is Putin going to show his hand and everything he's got to take over Ukraine to all the other countries that are watching this to see how powerful he is? Or if he misjudged the situation, which it seems, would it be better to make it look like this is all he's got and he's got to restructure to accomplish his ultimate goal?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it looks. But really, he's keeping his hand over here because if he lets this hand out to take over fucking Ukraine, then he really looks like an asshole. That he had to take his number one guys to take over Ukraine.
Sure.
And he shows his hand to all the other countries that, who knows, later in life, he may have to deal with over a small country like Ukraine where he just wasn't ready for what was coming at him.
Yeah.
So from a business standpoint,
sure.
What do you think? Or do you think he just wasn't ready and now he's just flipping the script?
As I said before, I think this is all about money. And I know I'm like a weirdo. My mom's all about it. My grandfather said if he was a certain age, he'd go help the Ukrainians right now. He's, the biggest Republican there is. My mom's the biggest Democrat there is.
That's funny. Mom and dad are opposite?
Grandfather. Yeah, my grandfather, and my father's not in my life, but my grandfather, huge Republican. Huge. He used to be a Democrat, though.
Yeah.
Like an old Democrat, yeah. One is a Democrat. Became a Republican. My mother's been a Democrat her whole life.
My mom was Democrat her whole life too.
Seeing them talk is just crazy. But I think there's money involved. I mean, at the end of the day, you ask me, I think there's money. I think something happened here, something happened there. And I think they didn't like something that went down. And then they're like, this ain't happening anymore. So they're like, we're going to flex our muscle. and they're not even really flexing. They're like, because I mean, if they were flexing, I think that place would be done right now. Like, that's just how. But then the World War III does take place.
But just for me, and it has to be for you too, and Rob. Like it's insanity to think that he can't level that place if he wants to, or that he can't send a powerhouse of troops in there and just end it.
I gotta agree with you.
I mean, that would just. Yeah. I mean, it is Russia. He's fucking nuts. Those guys train like crazy.
Sure.
I think he got bad information, and he doesn't want to show his hand over a place like.
When you
Ukraine.
say information, what kind of information?
Like, I think whoever's feeding him information gave
but
him
what
the
type
wrong,
though?
What he's up against. Like, I think they probably went to him and said, "Look, Mr. Putin, we think maybe 3 or 4 days we should be able to get into what's the big one they want to get into?
Kyiv.
Yeah, Kyiv.
Capital.
Yeah, 3-4 days, sir. You should probably be in Kyiv, and where do you want us to go from there?" Mm-hmm. And I think that's what he thought. But then when they went, and he's fucking, they're handing out AKs to citizens and training them
for sure,
and then they're dropping fucking all kinds of shit on the tanks.
I read this
drone strikes.
I read this article. I don't remember where it was from, but it was basically like, okay, like the guy that drives around the, Porsche. He's got gold watch, whatever car it is, Ferrari, and he's like, oh man, that guy's got a lot of money, and then you realize that now he's like almost like bankrupt. He's like, whatever. He doesn't have that money. Like Russia, basically, what this article is comparing it to is like, you think Russia's army is so great, and that you see it. They'll show videos like so great, but at the same time, they're really not that intelligent, the guys, from what they were describing in this article. And it kind of like, you can kind of see it maybe. Like, I don't know per se, right? But it's all about image and appearance, and it's really not what it seems like it is. And that's why they're having the problems they're having.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, that was an interesting article. It just made me thought.
I'll never go there in my life.
Me neither.
With or without this war.
Me neither.
Yeah.
For what?
I think the furthest east I go is Italy, Spain.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Yeah.
I got nothing. I'm a lower 48 guy, man.
There you go.
Hawaii, Alaska, I'm set.
I'm good too. I'd like to go to Alaska.
Would you?
Yeah.
That's a far trip.
But I want to see what it's like dark all day and then not bright all day. I don't give a shit about that.
So how long would you do that for? 1 day?
3 days. 2 nights, 3 days. I hate vacations.
Yeah.
I don't have time. There's no fucking time.
Right.
How are you going to do anything legal and make money and go on vacation? And I don't understand what these fucking people think. If you want to make any type of fucking real money, vacations and holidays don't exist.
You got to dedicate.
Now, maybe one day when you get to the point where you need to be, then you can go on vacations and get your boat and whatever. But when you're building up, how in the fuck do you have lunch every day?
You can't.
I don't get it. We know a guy that goes to lunch every fucking day.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's got the shit hidden at, but every fucking day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Liquid IV. This is a product I always use after I run, work out, and do the sauna. It's a great way to hydrate the body and feeling your best self. All you do is 1 stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water. It hydrates the body faster and more efficient than water alone. 3 times the electrolytes as other sports drinks and contains 5 essential vitamins, B5, B12, B3, B6, and vitamin C. It also tastes great. Flavors like watermelon, lemon lime, strawberry, and many more. Buy in bulk at Costco or go to liquidiv.com and use the code MSCS Media, no space, for 15% off. No other way to hydrate the body. All right, Tony, we'll pull up the app that you have coming out.
Sure.
Okay. And here we go. All right, so you got towing services, lockout, fuel delivery, jump start, tire change, electric charge.
Electric charge, man. Do it for you.
That'd be big if all these people are buying these cars. So explain to me what this is, how this came about, and so on.
So my business partner, his name's TJ Mariconi. He's from up in, you know who his uncle is actually?
Yeah.
You know, is it called East Coast Choppers with the mustache?
Yeah.
That's his uncle.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's his mom's brother.
Really?
Paul or something? Yeah, that's his family. Yeah, I think he said they got something crazy being built in Tampa or something like that. But that's his uncle. So I met TJ. So I've started this company called Sage, right? It's a technology company to rival Yelp, right? So I was meeting with these women from Boardwalk something, I can't remember their name. Incredible women, incredible. Ernst & Young alums, like very smart. And they were like, you need to find a coder. And I was like, okay. So I went to the company called 2 Ton. too much. I was like, this is crazy.
What they want to do there?
Just a lot of money, like over a quarter.
$250,000?
Yeah.
For a fucking app like this?
It was more though. It was like not just an app, because now it should be an app, but it was gonna be on the computer and stuff.
So.
And then so I went to the college, PBCC in Lake Worth, and I waited for the science and engine, or the guy who computer science head, and I was like, hey, do you have a former student that maybe code this, so I'll pay him a good salary or something like that? He's like, no, but I do have a neighbor who's in this, and that neighbor's TJ. Me and him met at Starbucks February 2020. He loved the idea. I called him. I said, I just think this may be too big for you. I got to go a different route. He respected it. Good dude. But I said, I promise I'll use you. Called him in May. I said, hey, I got an idea. I want to do something. Called him in May. I didn't talk to him since February. And then he said, hey, remember that tow truck, app I told you about? I said, yeah. He goes, I'm starting it. And he kept calling me. I kept giving him some information, some stuff. Kept calling me. Jokingly, I think I said something like, you keep giving me this information, I'm going to need, stake in it. He's like, really? Or something. I'm pretty sure. I remember being in my office talking to him. And I said, you got a business partner though. Now I don't do 3 people. That's a little too, because I had Spill King going, and 4's fine because we're friends. But I don't know this guy. I barely know TJ. I met him once, twice in my life. So he's like, all right, I'll get rid of that guy now. So he got rid of that guy. Me and him teamed up, and then we started this app. His idea. He came over, rearranged some stuff. Like he brought me Barry Bonds 1990. I got him Barry Bonds 2002. Right?
Yeah.
So, and then, I got the Corona July 2020.
You did get it.
The OG. I'm 2-0 versus the Corona.
How bad was it for you?
First one sucked. First one messed my lungs up. But it was all in my head too, man.
Do you know how you got it, or where
I was I was dating a girl. We went down to Marco Island, and I had to catch it there. All of Miami was there because Miami was closed down. So Marco Island was like no mask. Anybody do what they want.
Marco Island's the shit.
I thought it was pretty fun. That's the second time I've been.
It's good to. I wouldn't want to live there, but in
Not
and
a
out.
chance for sure. The JW's nice there too.
Yeah,
good setup.
Fuck yeah.
So we went there, and they got like a Dave and Buster's in there.
Mm-hmm.
She had children. I took the kids in there, going crazy, playing basketball, shooting stuff. Her one son had like a crowd who was killing everybody, crazy. But yeah. And then Monday I had it. And then Saturday, I was sweating like crazy Monday. And then Saturday, I lost my taste. I was eating sushi. I said, that's a wrap.
You knew it.
I'm done. Then it hit my chest, and I heard some guy die from it, like a friend, and another friend die from it, and it gets in your head and started messing me up. Taste and smell killed me, though. My favorite thing to eat is stone crab.
Oh, and then you can't smell it?
And I was like, taste. I was like, bro, if I can't taste stone crab again,
kill me.
I'm going to China. I'm risking it.
Yeah.
I'm risking it for America. Like this. No, serious. I was going crazy in my head, man. Stuck in there, wild.
How long did that last for?
It was like 2-3 months.
What?
Yeah.
You couldn't taste or smell, really?
I think that's another thing. So the taste, I gained so much weight. I was like 210 when I caught the Corona. I went to 245. I ate everything in the world to try and taste it. I was freaking out.
What the fuck?
And the smell. I wake up in the middle of the night panicking because I couldn't smell anything. I spray cologne on me just to smell it.
And you couldn't smell
body wash. So we're really, and I never done drug in my life. So what really freaked me out is I was like, I got to smell something. So I'm like thinking I'm smelling my detergent, clothing detergent, nothing. I smell bleach. Like that's how crazy I got.
I would have done the same thing.
I couldn't smell it, but it hit me in the back of the throat.
Oh yeah, I bet it did.
I said I need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah, you're sniffing bleach. Yeah.
I'm like, no smell though.
If you can't smell bleach, you're fucked.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Wow, I can't imagine that, man.
Yeah, it's not a fun thing. So I told my friends, I was like, I think it's like learning again. I think you need to start smelling. Came back though, gradually.
Gradually.
Like the last thing I could actually taste was Munster cheese. I love cheese. I'm Italian, so I eat cheese all day. I couldn't taste Munster cheese.
And what was the first thing you could taste when you got your taste back?
I can't remember.
You can't remember when you first got your taste back after months?
Bro, you don't know how much food I was eating. I was eating White Mountain bread sandwiches from Publix with as much Italian salami and ham and turkey you put on.
That's why I went up to 245, 250.
Freaked out. Didn't move. Sedentary lifestyle. Stayed in my house. I had this thing on my finger. I'd run around my island and then check it to see where my oxygen was at. Like crazy. So then I went to a doctor. My good friend Shane, his brother Sean put me with these guys in New York, but they have a place in Jupiter. And I went there, and he actually had me run that test. I said, man, I did this in my house. He's like, well, you're ahead of the game. So I did it. So I was like, can I run? My heart going to stop? So that was that. But as that was happening, I had a lot of time on my hands. So I started reviewing, and this app wasn't going to work. And I said, it's not going to work. And, it was like, I think like 40 something, 50 something thousand. I don't even know how to get the money on this stuff, but it cost a little bit of change to do it. And
Tony, now why did you think at that point the app wouldn't work?
From being in business. I mean, like I said, man, when I was, 22, 23 in college, writing that business plan, that's school. There's no business person you can teach. There's not a one person out there that can teach. You have to learn on your own. And my friend Jeff Mack has always said to me, all businesses run the same. And I never understood that until I started getting into other businesses, and they all run. Domino's runs like waste management. Waste management runs like
all
you. Everything
all the same base. It all has the same foundation.
Service.
But what was it in the app that you saw that you felt was flawed?
To get that to people, impossible. It's or millions of dollars. Like, would you? If I didn't know you, would you download it? Absolutely not.
No, I would download it if I could find it.
Well, to reach you would be impossible.
Yeah.
But not only to reach you, now we have to talk to the tow truck drivers.
Yeah.
And we have to say, hey, Mike, do you think you guys could, take this on? We're begging them pretty much. And they're like, yes or no. But they already have other things going. So they're probably going to say no. And if they want to cut dead weight, even though we're not charging them, then they would cut us, kind of thing. So I'm like, we need to develop a software. So I'm like, we have to look at these certain there's only, I think, like 3 or 4 big software companies in the United States, which I was excited about, right? Barrier to entry, saturated markets.
Right.
I would never start a landscape company, never start a pizza company.
Real estate, no way.
No. So tow trucks, there's not many, but there's enough, right? Enough to do business with them and help them. Shit, when I was in trash, if someone approached me for some software, I'd have loved it. I would have taken it all day, right? So, and there is software for trash, but I wasn't on that. Like Waste Management uses incredible software, but they're paying,
Right.
pretty pennies. So we restructured again, just like Spill King. And last second, we had a business plan with everything. I was like, we're a software. So now our software ties into this. So at the end, you'll see to pick the company, and you won't be on there unless you use our software.
Okay, so we play it from here?
Sure.
Okay.
So this is you picking your vehicle.
So you're picking the vehicle.
Yeah, you could have a family with all these vehicles on here. So it could be Kimmy driving home from somewhere. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It really is. It's fine.
Yeah. So you pick your car, and then, so basically and you even have the option where if you need a charge, you can come get you would come out and get charged your Tesla or,
I guess
or
if
whatever.
the tow truck companies offer that, I don't know.
So you still have to work all that out.
Yeah.
That's the toughest part.
Sure. It's not. No,
No?
because they're using our software. So we're with QuickBooks. We're QuickBooks for towing.
Oh, shit.
So we let them run. I mean, this thing took 2 years, man. 2 years. A lot of money. 2 years. That $40,000 evaporated
Probably in a month.
in 2 weeks. Oh, no.
I was trying to be. It goes quick with
It
this
does.
shit. Yeah.
No, we're and I'm my business partners, I'm financing majority of it, and it's starting to it weighs on you because you have something good. And I mean, I'm not just saying this, I'm talking Spill King, like this guy's, loves everything he does, and I should, right? Because I'm a part of it, but this will revolutionize roadside assistance.
I agree with you. Before you came in, when we were texting, what'd I tell you? I didn't know you.
Yeah.
I'm not kissing your ass. I
Sure.
really think this is the one where, you get that boat and you just fall back
Sure.
eventually, in 10 years, it's not going to hit right away,
No.
but it will in time. There's there's little to no competition. And,
Yeah.
the more little blocks that you can have on there to add services.
Sure.
Even like the fuel, if you got money,
Yeah.
or even if you got a girl in the car. If I got a girl in the car, I need gas.
Yeah.
Right? And I need gas. And I say, hey, babe, we got to pull over. I'm getting gas delivered to my car, VIP.
There is a company like that. I use them.
But you have that on there. You have fuel on block on there.
Sure. I mean,
And you use them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I would use
Yeah.
them too.
Yeah. They come to my house. In my garage. I leave the garage open in the middle of the night. It's amazing. Premium. Boom.
Yeah.
Palmdale?
Mm-mm.
Palmdale Oil, huge. They're at somewhere around here. Good people. They started a little truck that just runs and delivers gas. But that's just the app. The app actually isn't the business. The app probably won't take off for 2 or 3 years. The software will take off. The software is going to let Tommy own the tow truck company. Tommy's towing. You're doing everything by I couldn't believe how many tow truck companies do stuff by paper and pen to this day and send a text.
You know, now that I think about it, every time I needed a tow truck, they'd pull out the clipboard, the metal thing over it, you know, where they could write on it.
And so it's over. The show ends.
So the initial release will be to the truck drivers, the software for the companies, right?
Correct.
And then second will be to the consumer.
So say Rob gets broken down, he calls you because he doesn't know this app, and we're not even trying to push it because it's a waste of time. Rob calls you and Rob goes, I need a tow. And you say, okay. And then when you say okay, you send him a text if you want, and that text goes to the app store and he can download it. Now he can see his tow truck driver and everything about him and communicate with him, see how long it's going to take. It's like an Uber type of thing.
Like ratings and stuff too, I'm sure, right? Like
yeah, we have that.
This tow truck driver sucks.
Now, if I get a flat tire and the tow truck says 2 hours, will somebody come get, like, can I hit something where somebody will come get me and I don't have to wait there 2 hours? Somebody will come get me and take me down to get a soda or something, so I'm not just sitting in the side of the highway. So that's I don't get robbed.
That's the best part, right?
Yeah. So
say you broke down on, Suspect
95
Street.
and 4, Suspect Street, even better. I'm in North Philly.
Sure. I've never been there.
You don't want it, believe me, you won't make it out. Nor will I.
So would you walk to a gas station or no?
Hell no.
Oh, well then.
I'm fucking hiding in the back seat with covers over me. Wouldn't you?
I went to school there, so I'm
North Philly?
Yeah.
You want? Let me see you.
I walked those streets.
When was the last time you?
Listen
to
then,
me.
Man. It was bad.
North Philly, they're fucking killing each other. Cops won't even go in there.
Really?
They don't even go in there. They get a call North Philly. Nope.
Really?
Fuck no. Hell no.
Temple University, man, right on Broad Street, North Philly.
This, with all due respect, this is not racism. Reddish hair and Irish. You ain't making it out of there, buddy.
I'll tell you a story.
And neither are Tony, and neither am I.
I'll tell you a story after about that. But go.
Yeah. So I guess if you did break down, they would send you, and you could see when he's coming, right? So you can time it. But if you broke down on a different street, and they're 45 minutes away, you could run to the gas station, have a snack, and you can see them coming, so you can meet them. You don't have to just wait in your car, and you're calling every 3 minutes.
Right.
So that's the premise. So we actually took the software. We weren't even going to do the app. Like, it was 50-50, and then we decided to combine the both. And I think it's gonna play, pay dividends, figuratively and theoretically. But it allows. We had some meetings with some tow truck guys, so it allows the customer to hold them accountable. As a garbage guy who's been service guy, everything you do, driving trucks. I think it also helps your customers know that you're reliable. And I'm not just saying that as a sales pitch. I'm being serious, right? Because if you're 2 hour and a half, and you're like, come on, man, what's going on here? But if you can see them, and it says like, an hour, and say you're stuck West Boynton, they're in West Palm, and they're coming from West Palm, right? You can see, right? You can get there in that time, and you can understand, because, right, the key to business in itself is communication, relationships, right? Girlfriend, friends, right? Everything's communication. That's just a unspoken communication because you can see it come to you.
And in relation to that, how many times have you gotten a flat tire, or me? I got one maybe a year and a half ago. I think I've been lucky lately. Yeah, maybe a year ago. Usually I get them all the time. But, I would call one tow truck company, he says an hour and a half. I call another one, he says an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You call 4 or 5 to
Sure.
see who's the quickest.
Sure.
But if you call that one that's an hour, and then you can track where they're at, if you're not on the side of 95 and you're somewhere you were able to pull off, you can go walk somewhere.
Yeah.
Or if you keep that one little button you have there, you can kind of get an Uber from you guys-ish
Yeah.
to take you somewhere, right?
For sure. Yeah.
That's huge. That's fucking huge.
So we got
And the same app that's sending the tow truck, you can get somebody to come get you out of the situation as well until the tow truck gets there. Am I following that right?
that'll be like stage 4
Down the road.
Yeah, way
but
down the road.
eventually.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, right now we just really need to get it out.
Yeah.
That's really it. I mean, our futures list is insane, and then you break the futures list down of what's more. I mean, it's what's more important to the client. The tow truck company was going to make their business run more efficiently, was going to make them a better company to their customers, right? And by the way, the software is free.
Oh, I think really.
No, it's free.
Well, that helps you out then too.
Correct.
Because then they're more than likely. To
Obviously, this isn't a charity,
Yeah.
but
Well,
it's
fuck.
free, and there's we have a way, to do it, but it's a free software.
Where everybody benefits from it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But-
And it will also give the tow truck drivers probably more business, I would think, because now you can track them. So even if they are an
Sure.
hour and a half,
Right.
you might just make one call and be done with it,
Sure.
depending on where you're at.
But when you put it in, right? So like if I broke down,
Yeah.
is there choice? Like, is it like when I push my thing,
Mm-hmm.
it sends out a signal to all the tow truck companies? And
No. You actually get to pick your tow truck.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to do that, and we're going to let them pick their price, but we want to turn this into Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Because we were told, like, there might be some businesses in certain areas that'll do a tow for $40, when in reality it costs more than that. They're being assholes, for lack of better words,
Yeah.
and just doing it. Like, so there are companies that do, I mean, so if you know what AAA is, right?
Yeah.
So when we took this to a patent attorney. So my lawyer, great guy, James, incredible dude, took it to him. He really liked it. Then he said, you need to go to see these patent and trademark attorney, lawyers now. I was like, oh, okay. So, we keep hearing all this good stuff, and, it's good, get pat in the back, but we need to get this on the streets. So when we took it to them, the guy he's blown away. He goes, people come in here, and they're like, we want to put a patent on this. And he's like, listen, man, you probably shouldn't do that, ma'am or sir. And they're like, do it. He's like, all right, I'll do it. It's my job. He's like, you need to do this. So we have a few, maybe I could tell you one because it's different than what the other people have. But you ever been on the Yeehawk Junction going to Tampa?
Yeah.
And I'm missing much.
I only moved here 6 years ago, but he's been. You know what Tony's talking about?
And yeehaw, there's nothing really there.
Nothing.
A
So if
building.
you're driving,
Is that like Alligator Alley, like the middle of nowhere, like 60,
similar,
like
very
middle of
similar,
nowhere?
but it's not a highway.
Okay.
It's like it's 2 lanes kind of thing. But if you break down there, what would happen?
You're fucked.
Well, maybe, but see,
Not if you have this.
no. But even better, on our software, and this isn't. I don't think patent. I mean, maybe it is, but our competitors have something like this, but nothing like us. And we have a find you location by your phone. So if you're like, hey, where are you? They're like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
We send a ping to you. They're like, we got you. We'll be there in 10 minutes. Whatever.
That's really cool. That's like a Find My Phone almost. Well, it is. It
Yeah.
is. It's a Find My Phone for your app.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure you have. What is your when you put together this plan? What is your deadline to get things released?
That's developers, right? They're the
Yeah.
hardest. It's like building a home. It's no different.
It's a lot.
It is.
These apps are a fucking ton, man.
The app's done. The software is what's the killer. The software is. I mean, there are so many things intertwined that this.
A lot of integration.
Oh my god.
And then you have to, and then whatever the companies are using, you have to be able to integrate with what they're integrating with.
They're not
No?
using anything.
They're not using
No,
anything.
see, that's what the app was going to do. The
I
app was
see.
going to have to integrate with them.
Mhm.
Didn't like that.
I see.
The software runs the show.
I
The
see.
software is the QuickBooks.
Mm-hmm.
The QuickBooks runs the show. My company, we run out of QuickBooks. Without QuickBooks, we run out of Excel, which is Flintstones, right?
Yeah.
QuickBooks, easy. Put stuff in, put stuff out. Tracks your bank accounts. Same stuff.
You set that up as simple as you possibly could. You
Yeah.
really did.
Sure, I appreciate it. I mean, I'll show it to you when it's finished.
Yeah,
it's,
well, I'll
it's
definitely
close.
Pop back. How long do you think?
I can show it to you now. I didn't bring my computer. I forgot I was rushing, but it's done. I mean, we're implementing Square. That's what's taken a while. We just had to chip things like people on the road. So we had to ship that all the way to India. That's where we got these guys. Great dudes.
What made you choose Square?
That's what they use.
Really?
So we asked the tow truck companies what's going on. Some use Clover, some use Square, some use this, some use that. We have this company called Spreedly. There's like 250 merchant services on there, and we integrated that, but they don't have Square, they don't have this. I mean, they got stuff. I don't know if people even use it, but when we were asking locally, they don't use that stuff. So,
Yeah, I had because I had a bunch of businesses. I had Square, Clover, WorldPay had one of their own. I forget who that's through. I think that one's through Stripe. But
Stripe. So we'll have
yeah,
when we get it all situated, we'll have Clover, Stripe, and Square, and authorized.net. Those will be the 4.
I like authorized.net.
Mhm.
Out of all of them, the gateway, you know, because you saw whatever your merchant is, that's just the middleman. But they are the most, to me, you know, you've ran a ton too.
Yeah.
Don't you think authorized.net is the most user friendly?
My partner loves it.
Fuck,
Yeah.
it's beautiful because you got the virtual key in if you need to, and you can slide with it just with an integrator.
Yeah.
It's the shit.
Yeah.
That or Square. I didn't like Clover because of the fees.
Sure.
Because if you know, you guys would probably pop it in the phone to swipe. But in my situation, I had retail places, and Clover was user friendly, but they knocked the fuck out of you because they hate you with the fees. Then they hate you with, you can't buy, if you want to buy the device, it's like $7-8 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not paying $8 grand for a Square device. I just put the fucking thing on, you know?
Yeah.
But that was what I didn't like about not Square, Clover. Was that you had to either buy it outright or the rent was like $250-$300 a month, plus the fees and everything else. So I just liked authorized.net. I thought that was the best.
Yeah. We'll have all 4 of those integrated.
Well, when you have this one ready, then you come in and so you could talk about it more because you don't want to give too much now when it's in the middle. It's too risky and it's too good.
Sure.
So you have these 3 things going on, right?
Yeah, 3.
I mean, these are like your 3 main things.
Yeah, 100%. Daily.
Anything else? I think this is probably enough of your time.
Yeah, you got some stuff in the future we're working on, that I'm working on. I want out of the rat race as fast as possible, so I'm trying to escape it. You know, I just turned 39. Had a hell of a ride since 23. You know, being in business by myself. A lot of luck. Some great, you know, people that helped me. Even my, you know, current clients. Like I can't say enough about those people that trust me to manage their garbage and stuff. Great partners. You know, my best friends. You know, running Spill King. Great friend and you know, one of my best friends in TJ. You know, I've never been married. He never has either. So being 50-50. It's the closest to marriage, I told him, we've ever been.
and there's nobody got to break off half of it when it doesn't work out.
Yeah, we got to figure it out, buddy.
Just talk to Bezos.
Yeah.
He'll tell you. What do you give her, $500 billion?
Wow. Sure. Something goofy. Yeah.
He just shipped that spaceship just went up today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's his name was supposed to be on there? The guy's banging Kardashian.
Kanye.
He bangs them all.
Oh, Paul.
Pete Davidson. Can you explain that one?
Yeah,
he's got some numbers on his jacket, boy.
Yep.
Yeah, he got some bodies.
What has he got? Kardashian. Who was before? Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is. Like I know she's a singer, but I don't know who she's a young kid, right?
She's a very good looking woman.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Hey, shout out Pete.
Hey,
you're the boss. Boss man.
I love Kanye. That's my man.
I love him too.
He's from Chicago.
Super smart.
Yeah.
Super smart dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I just thought, but I think I had to take it off.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I had it up there, but I think somebody was sitting there. I forgot to put it back on.
Easy.
Smart as hell.
Yeah.
Smart as can be.
I mean, I listen to him all the time. Love him.
Do you know what the big thing when Rogan went to Spotify was? They demonetized his interview with Kanye. They did like 21 million views.
Yeah.
And I didn't see anything that was said, but I guess because it was Kanye, they did, which means they didn't pay him for the 21 million views, which if you have 10 or 11 million subscribers like he had, and he had 10 years of age with the channel, that 21 million probably would have been easy 150,000.
Okay.
So when he was in the middle of debating if he wanted to go to Spotify or not, because they had done it to everyone with Alex Jones, everyone with anybody, anything.
Sure.
And this was way before it got so censored like it is now.
Yeah.
But that was the nail in the coffin for him to say, fuck it, I'll take the 200,
Gotcha.
Whatever it is he got. You know.
And that's it for him.
No, and they're nothing like this.
Yeah.
You know, but
yeah.
Whatever. He got paid. Good for him.
He did. That's good.
Yeah.
That is good for him. Can't be mad at anybody getting paid, especially the right way. Right?
Hell no. So we were talking about this. So you're a football guy.
For sure.
You think the GOAT is Montana.
Nah.
You think Rodgers.
Nah. Not even close.
Who's the fucking GOAT? Didn't he say Rodgers earlier?
No, we were talking about
that's her.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
He's my favorite football player of all time.
How about that, Rob?
And he's a U fan. Huh?
I mean, my favorite football player of all time, graduated 2001, Sean Taylor. Love that guy.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Love him. Like that guy. And I love Ed Reed too. But Sean Taylor.
So I told Tommy I was just at a coach's clinic. I'll show you the pictures after. I was at a coach's clinic in Miami.
Yeah.
This past weekend.
Uh-huh.
Met Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
Ed Orgeron.
Oh, you were down at the U?
Yeah.
What were you down there for?
coaching clinic.
Okay. Yeah, I saw. I'm on every single blog there is for Hurricanes.
Ed Orgeron was there.
His son just got hired by Miami.
Yep.
In some capacity.
And then met Cristobal afterwards, so it was cool.
He's the man.
It was cool. I'll show you pictures later. It's cool.
Yeah. We're all, me and those guys from Spill King, we're all season ticket holders.
Awesome.
What do you think? It'll be good.
Eventually.
Good staff.
Yeah, eventually. I mean, you got it. We got Jason Taylor on the staff. That's insane.
Yeah.
Not even on the staff.
Yeah, he was there too. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's just.
Jack Daniels, the big time coach down here.
Yeah.
He's a friend. I know his brother very well, and Jack I know very, very well too. And I said, I think Jason Taylor might be going to Miami. He's like, what? Couldn't believe it. And he's that guy's critical. He's really good at what he does, Jack. But then I said Jason Taylor was coming to Miami. Couldn't believe it.
Couldn't believe it, huh?
I don't even know what he's doing there. But he's just every single recruit wants to take a picture with him.
He's like an assistant of not even. I don't know what it is. Yeah, like a.
That's what Saban does.
Quality control guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I missed all this. What is this with Brady maybe going to Miami? I didn't see anything about this. You guys were talking about this. I didn't see it. And Brady, to me, has been the GOAT. I've stuck by that when everybody we asked this in the sports.
Sure.
And you agree with me for once.
Yeah.
For once, I got somebody that
Just
agrees.
rumors that are out there. Yeah, just rumors that are out there.
You think he goes to Miami? What do you think? 1 to 10?
5.
What do you think?
Yeah, I didn't think in the beginning, but now I can see I can go like 6.5.
I think like 3.
Yeah.
I think if anywhere, I think he would go back to the Patriots.
I mean, Arians just left.
Retire.
Yeah, the head coach of Tampa Bay just like retired.
He went to the front office.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So they got a guy, Todd Bowles, old Jets guy.
Is he any good?
Defensively.
I used to date a girl whose father was an NFL head coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of it changes your perspective of it. Actually, is like not fun.
What do you mean?
Like, so he coached. So he was the man in Jacksonville, right? And was defensive coordinator, and then he got a head coaching job, first one, and I believe he was coach of the year, second year
For the NFL?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm not sure he did too well after that. I think he went to Detroit for a minute. I could be wrong. He was in Detroit at some point, and then he went to the Bills as a head coach, and then he went to then that was it, I think, for his head coaching. And then he went back D coordinator role, DB's guy, and his last stop was the Browns. And I got a wedding in May 6th. There's a whole bunch of guys from Buffalo, big Bills fans. And at the time when my buddy's dad turned 50, we were at a big party, and she was there with me.
Oh, shit.
And her dad was the head coach for the Bills. Not at the time, but just close to that. He coached like Marshawn Lynch and all those people.
Oh, yeah. Marshawn Lynch was a beast, man. He was tough to take down.
Yeah. One of the greatest runs I've ever seen in my life. But my point is when he was in Cleveland, his last stop, unknowingly, his wife, something happened, but he had to retire. But I didn't know her then, but she would go to a bar and ask us to watch, the Cleveland Brown game, which is, weird. So in South Florida, I guess it's not. It's a melting pot here. So she'd go in the bar and watch the Browns stink, right?
Yeah, right.
So now they're all right, but she'd go in the corner and watch the Browns. But she's like, even sitting in stands and like people cursing your father.
Oh, yeah.
And like, it puts a different perspective. Like, I have to catch myself, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, you loser. Like, you're not a loser. He's not a loser, So and I said it like, I shouldn't say it changed my way, like for the negative. Probably for the positive, because now I don't really look at sports like I used to because of her. Like, I'm being serious. She didn't even know this. Not many people do. But when she would talk to me, people would kill her father. This guy's he was in Chicago. He's the head coach of Chicago.
Oh, that's a tough place to be.
How big a market is?
That's that tough place to be. Damn.
Trust me.
I would not want to be a coach.
Yeah.
Fuck that. No way. Too much pressure because, and all the blame goes on you.
It's 32 jobs. That's it. In the world. Yeah. He is one of 32.
One of 32.
And he's got to produce. And not tomorrow, today.
And he's got to depend on all those people to produce so that he looks like he's producing.
Yeah.
Whether he is or not. You know what I mean? We used to yell at Andy Reid all the time.
Sure.
Yeah. And then I felt bad when he had the issue with his son,
Yeah.
And then I know a lot of people that know him.
Yeah.
Have nothing but great things to say about the guy.
For sure.
And the kid just went
right before the Super Bowl last year, I was at Meat Market with
Segman, Josh Segman.
What's that?
Josh Segman. He does the Thursday night things at the Meat Market.
No, I was there on
I'm sure if you saw him
on a Friday night.
Yeah,
it was like a little date night with me and my buddy, and whatever. So we went out with our girls, and the Super Bowl was on Sunday and Friday, and Ron Jaworski was sitting by us.
Oh, Jaws, man.
Yeah, your buddy.
Yeah.
They booed Santa. So
That's
you
right.
go over. I actually hate that team, the Eagles.
You know what? It's all right.
You know why?
Why?
Do you remember 4th and 26 or something
Oh,
like that?
I was at that game.
Yeah.
I was in the stands.
What happened?
4th down and 26.
I was probably on vacation.
Game's over. Packers are going to beat the Eagles.
No, that's just not a. I didn't believe that was playoff-ish. I believe like playoff contentions were like involved here. I believe that was a playoff game.
We were in the playoffs. Yeah,
Correct.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
And I'll tell it, and then you tell it from your end. I'll tell you from the Eagles
Sure.
side. From the Eagles side, I'm at the game. I'm in the upper level, 200 row, freezing my balls off.
Nosebleed.
You know, Eagles always when Andy Reid was coach, Eagles always blew it. We never got to the Super Bowl. We always fucking blew it. Oh, this is the team that goes to the Super Bowl.
That's why
So-
I yelled so much.
So we're against the Packers, and I think it was the next week was against the Panthers. We wound up losing to the Panthers.
I went to the Super Bowl
And
that
they
year.
went to the Super Bowl, the Panthers. So,
Jake Delhomme.
yep. So the Eagles, I'm in the stands. It's now 4th and 26. I'm punching the seat next to me. We fucking lost again. Fuck this team. Blah, 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 blah. McNabb drops back to pass, hits Freddie Mitchell, and I can't see the angle I'm sitting at. He looked like he was short. So I'm like, fuck. Now I'm even more pissed. And the guy next to me just picks me up and hugs me. And everybody's going like this. I'm like, first down, 4th and 26. It never happened.
Game's over.
Game's over for the 26.
They just hit a field goal and that was it.
And from your thing, it probably tore your heart out.
My perspective was different than the same as you. 4th and 26. This is a big opportunity. These guys are gonna get it.
Yeah?
As a pack. Oh man, how many times have we blew games?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers won 1 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So and his name's Fred Express. Wear this like belt.
Fred, baby.
I want to punch his ass out. Kidding me?
Pull up Fred Express.
Fred,
I gotta see
baby.
his fucking
Fred-
belt.
Fred.
He ran with it. No, he didn't have a belt. He used to do it. That was his like.
That was his thing. When he got the first down, he got up and he went like
Hey,
this.
put the he did it before
Like
Rodgers.
Oh, okay.
Fred Express, man. Freddie Mitchell, University of Colorado. He's I believe he went to Colorado. Yeah, he wasn't even that good. But they didn't even have receivers for you guys. Who's your best receiver? Like Pinkston?
Owens.
Oh, God.
Nah, he wasn't there then.
I mean, overall,
That was always their problem. There he is.
Freddie Mitchell. Oh, okay. I do remember Freddie Mitchell.
He's still at the Six. He heads at all the Sixers games now.
Is he?
See?
Yeah, he's on this thing.
It says Philadelphia Eagles. Freddie Mitchell pumps his fist after catching. I thought it was saying what it's on now.
4th down pass. It's 4th and 28. That's it.
Yep, that was it. Click on that,
But it
Rob.
was 4th and 26. That ain't right.
4th and 28.
Well, the Bleachers Report disagrees with you.
That's it. Yeah, 4th and 26.
Yeah, 26.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, he got up. As soon as he got up, I didn't see because I was like, they didn't fucking get it. And I punched the chair, and he was going like this. I'm like, no way he caught that. And that's, Is that Al Harris? I think that's Al Harris. I forget who that is.
That's not Al Harris.
No.
Al Harris is, it might be. Al Harris is a little smaller.
Yeah.
It looks like a guy. I don't know if it's Rossum. Used to be a guy back in the day.
Al from Notre Dame.
That might be. I'm not sure.
It says you could see me in the Fishtown at the dive bar having a beer with people. Mitchell 40. Fishtown.
You know it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you know Fishtown,
Fishtown,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a big college town around there.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of dive bars if you got, $10 to fucking
Yeah.
get hammered.
Sure. So, yeah, that pack, I believe that. I'm a big Bulls fan. I
Yeah.
grew up in Chicago during the Jordan era.
Wow.
That must have been crazy, huh?
It was incredible. I mean, it's like it's fake, Grant Park. It's nuts. And I'm also a diehard Cubs fan.
Are you?
And in 2016, I flew my mother up there in the World Series. I said, we got to go. I was like, they'll never get this back.
No.
And she's a huge Democrat. Guess where we stayed?
Where?
Trump. Had to, though.
Yeah.
Everything was sold out.
Yeah.
I had to stay there. So me and my friend, and she was laughing, though. I was like, I ain't got nowhere else to stay. And I stayed at Days Inn, and,
Fuck that. You can get eaten
Harvey.
by cockroaches,
Yeah.
right?
So I said, so we went and we had to sit in this bar for like 7-8 hours before the game. It was nuts. And we were right there. So Billy Goat was out. And obviously we won. So
Fun fact, manager from the World Series winning Cubs is from my hometown, Joe Madden.
yeah, I didn't know that. But
Small
yeah,
hometown.
that's cool.
I can't
Came
believe
from
he's
great
gone.
roots.
He was the best.
Well, he's in L.A. now.
He's a Dodger?
No, he's with the
Angels?
Angels. He went back. That's where he started with Sosha. Well, I don't know if started, but
Yeah.
then he went to the Cubs, and he's the biggest thing in our hometown.
Yeah.
Literally.
Now, we had talked before. You don't mess with social media very much.
That's not my thing.
When did that kick in? Or you were never into social media?
Women, straight up. It's like man, in your business, like for real. Like I put that on wax for real. Like I don't like it. I don't even like dudes knowing what I'm doing. I was at the Honda Classic, right? I was broken up with this girl, and I was talking to a friend that I know, and this dude I knew had the hots for my ex. This dude is staring at me, man, with a girl on his arm. He's staring at me the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's as much as I could give you. I can't give you anything more. But everybody on social media wants to post everything, and I think it's wild. You know, so I'll get like a little buzzed up sometimes and maybe do something. I mean, you can go through my stuff. There's nothing on there, you know, make a couple pictures and stuff like that, but it's not for me. It's just not. I'm not against it. I think it works for people, but I think it's a weird, you know, I listen to a ton of podcasts. Ironically, it's called Wondery. I'm not trying to plug them, but
sure.
Business Wars.
Business Wars is good.
That's what so I listened to that.
Yeah.
And I was listening to MySpace. I knew nothing about these guys. And I never had MySpace. I had Facebook. It was 2008, maybe 2007. I saw this guy, Steve Muscari. He's from Broward, right? But I met him in Gainesville where I was, you know, went to college. And I saw him at Guanabana's. It's a little, you know, nice little bar, restaurant in Jupiter. Been there?
Yeah.
Right? Solid spot. So every single year I used to take these 3 or 4 women out, Bonnie, the president, Karen, take these women out because they gave me my first real contract. Not Little Club, but I, you know, restructured everything, and I would take them out every single summer for, you know, giving me a contract.
That's cool that you never forgot about that.
Great people. And I mean, without them, I told you I didn't have a job for 2 months.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, what do I do now? And then I got 2 contracts right after that, and then it started going on.
So you can't forget the people that got you where you're at.
I said lucky. And
yeah,
you know,
good for you.
So I saw this guy Steve, and he's like, "What's up, Tony?" And I was like, He's like, "I gotta run." I said, "No, so do I." Good seeing you. He goes, "Hey, find me on Facebook." I said, "I don't got Facebook." He's like, "Well, everybody's got Facebook." So that was like a Friday. Saturday, I think it was like Notre Dame versus Michigan. I remember that. I think it was like Brady Quinn was playing. I went to my buddy's house at the time, and I had his wife make it for me. So I was like, "Hey, make this Facebook thing." They couldn't believe it, and I was like, "I'd do it. I don't care." And I did it, and it was like, but I want to do people that I didn't know, like my aunt. Like fake, and I was like, I know you, you know. So I thought it was for a different.
But people think they know people now through Facebook. Like, oh yeah, I know you. No, you don't.
I don't even know.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's weird.
Yeah,
it
I mean, I try and stay off of it. You know, I go do some research. Best place to find research. I mean, shit, either FBI agents just got Facebook.com. I don't even have the apps. I gotta go on Facebook.com. But it's petty.
It's petty.
Like my ex, she's like, put a picture of us on there. All right, listen, what happens if we break up? You know, in my head, we break up. Now I got to remove it. Now, no,
I'm sure she liked that.
My
answer.
grandmother's 83.
Yeah.
83. I removed the picture. She calls me. Tony, is removing your picture from Facebook, your profile picture, does that have anything to do with your current relationship status?
Oh my
Your 83-year-old grandma.
I swear to God.
I believe you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's not for me either, man.
So when you do, I'm going to delete it. I got some great pictures on there with my friends. Most of tagged in and stuff like that. So I started like saving them to my phone, but now I don't even care. I'm like, I got to get rid of this stuff.
I go on it for, like I told you, post the business, like the podcast,
Yeah.
and off. On, off. Because to me, anything on there is bullshit. It's just some crazy ass shit. I'd rather go read like the medical journal or like a Mayo Clinic or something with that's proven fact. You know, not a bunch of nonsense. Like
You know Tucker Carlson is, right?
Yeah.
He has like a little thing like this, hour long, and I'm not trying to show my allegiance, but you know, I'm a registered independent. But I like him. I do.
Yeah, I like him too.
So he has this Tucker Carlson today, and he had this guy on name. Yeah.
Is that separate from like the One Nation stuff that they got?
What's that
Because like Fox has like a One Nation like umbrella of Fox. Excuse me, and then you pay for it and you get like exclusive interviews.
Yeah, so I pay for it. It's like $5 a month.
Yeah, something like that.
So he has this guy named Christopher Leonard, right? I'm not trying to plug this guy either, but it's like,
why not? If it's good.
that's great.
Yeah.
It's called The Lords of Easy Money, How the Federal Reserve Broke the American Economy. So my friend Jeff,
It's kind of interesting.
and it's crazy. Like before 1847, I think, I mean, there was no such, I mean, if you lived in Montana and went to Oregon, you could sell them a duck Like there was, and maybe they didn't value it a certain way, you know. So they started the Federal Reserve shortly after, and then it was like, you know, one currency, and then American dollar became that after the war, you know, like in the, you know, the 40s or something, 50s, and it, you know, world dominance, you know, from there. But
so is that initial reserve that you're talking about? Is that where the dollar began?
it's where like,
Or like the
so everybody was under one currency.
so everybody was under one currency.
Yeah,
man.
me and you couldn't, like if I was in the desert, I couldn't trade you a Fiji for a gold bar.
Right.
Who's richer?
And what year did that happen? Like 1856?
I think 1847,
Man,
I believe.
Shit has moved fast.
Sure.
Think about that. We only got the dollar bill in let's just say 50.
Yeah.
So in 130 years, it's a like worldwide known currency. I mean, that's fast.
Well,
That's fast.
I mean, that's the currency of the world.
I know, right? But isn't that fast to happen in 130 years?
When you win 2 wars,
I guess it does.
not just world wars. I mean,
I guess 2 wars,
inventions.
million bodies.
Think of inventions.
Yeah.
I mean, America pride themselves off of that. You know, I'm a proud American. You know,
Yeah.
my roots are Irish and Italian and some other stuff, but Native American, I think someone has down the road. But I mean, the things that these people have come up with is, you know, unreal. You know.
Yeah. And, over in like like in Italy and those countries, you don't want to live there.
Absolutely not.
Fuck. I don't care how bad it is here, who the president is, how much politic bullshit. You don't want to be there.
I agree.
It's fucking nuts. And I think people forget that. No, I forget it too. I'm guilty of that too,
Yeah.
of how shitty it is over there. 7 people in a fucking house and everything else.
I want to ask you. So this is crazy.
Yeah.
So I'll show you the book, but I'll send you this article. I don't know how he quantified this or how he came up with it, this guy. So he shows how the stock market fell in 2008. I mean, the Federal Reserve is made to fail. I'm not like tinfoil guy.
No, I agree with
Like
you.
it's a fact.
I agree with
Right?
you.
And so it happened, Corona, but it wasn't supposed to happen then, I feel. And I know it's going to happen now, like I do.
What's going to happen?
I don't know if you want to call it a correction or a crash. Like I had to look out, like these people use all these words, correction and crash. You know the difference between them?
No.
No. So,
They say recession, crash,
yeah,
and whatever the other
correction.
ones you said.
Mhm.
To me, it's all the same fucking thing, just in a different way.
Correction's not terrible.
No.
Correction's a little hiccup. You go crash, you're talking 30%. You know, a recession happens because of a crash. But so when the Corona hit, you know, looking back at the time, I agreed. Now, right, you can never do that. It was a terrible move, I feel, and I'm sure it was for a reason. But I don't even want to get into all that. But so the amount of money that was printed in 2 months, of the Corona, how much you think?
2 trying?
No, how many years worth of money?
Oh, how many years? 20? 30?
What you got, Rob?
15.
300.
Wow.
Oh.
300 years of money was printed in 2 months?
300 years.
That's fucking scary.
Again, I don't know how he quantified it. But those PPP loans went out, free rent, no rent. People, you got 2 kids, 3 kids, 4, here's more money.
You know how many people I know? I didn't get one.
Yeah.
I got pre-approved, and then I never got it, of course.
Yeah.
They saw my name, and that was the end of that. Right? Did I not?
Yeah.
I got approved for 180.
Yeah.
Pre-approved, I think it's coming.
Yeah.
Denied.
I did it for 22.
Huh?
22,000.
Good. Well,
We were nervous in a way. You know, I was a little nervous, like what could happen, because trash. I mean, you shut down a restaurant. We don't do many restaurants. It's not my business model. We do most country clubs in Northern County. Like we even do Seminole, which is pretty dope.
yeah.
And I don't even golf, but the history in there is pretty tight. So I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. But then they opened up the golf. 2 weeks it turned around. So, and my CPA at the time was like, our tax, he's a tax professional, and he said, just take a minimum amount. You know, just you don't want to pay it back, and they, but we did need it. I mean, 100%, because it got a little crazy there for a minute.
See, I followed it under my engineering firm.
Okay.
So then they had given me 180, and I was like, fuck it, I'll pay it back at 2%. What do I care?
For sure.
2% shit.
it's nothing.
20% for 2%. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll take that any day of the week. But they didn't. But I know people that there's no way in the world they should have got over 100, and
Yeah.
they got over 100. Like, I'm talking about guys that make 30 a year.
Sure.
We're getting 120, 150, right? They were fucking, and they really got it.
Yeah.
Like, somebody making 30 grand a year gets 100 grand.
So I'm from Markham, Illinois, right? Google the demographics there. I think average, median household makes, I just said this to my buddy, I should look it up. I think it's about $30,000 a year. Palm Beach County, it's like 80, or I don't know, Palm Beach County, 63,000. and Jupiter it's 87 or 89,000. Those are big differences, right? But when it pertains to the money, there's something called like M1 and M2. I ain't going that because that's boring, but you look it up. It's pretty interesting.
Can you summarize it for me? Because I'll look it up, but I'm just curious about it.
So
but
M1,
just sum it up.
M1 is the amount of money in like circulation.
Okay.
So like you got cash in your pocket, that's M1. You
Okay.
got cash in your checking account, that's M1. And M2 is, you know, the savings and stuff like that you can't get to immediately, right? I believe, I don't want to.
What does the M stand for? Money market or money,
I don't know.
money one and money two.
No, probably.
Yeah.
It's called M1, M2, and that's what this guy discusses. You know about that. But I was told my mother, who's like I said, she's a huge Democrat, and my grandfather the same. I said I don't care who's in office. It could be Donald Trump, Donald Duck. Who doesn't matter. But when you give all this free money away, the only way to get the money back is to tax people. They can't call me up. They can't call your man up who just took $180,000 and goes, "Hey Ricky, that $180K we gave you, my man, you think you get that back to us?" All right. So the only way is what? Gas was $2.50, $6.50. Bananas are out of eggs, wine. You go out to dinner, it's $150 just to sit down. Like, damn, I just added water. Like, well, you got to pay us on that.
They're getting it back. I said that.
Yeah.
It back.
And that's not conspiracy. That's why I always think everything follow the dollar. But you can't print that much money.
That's right.
And expect not to get it back. That's fact. I mean, you had people quitting their jobs out there who were going to be full-time traders.
Yeah.
Like dudes like, "Hey, have you heard of this stock? Have you heard of this stock?" Like, what?
I went to get a tire at Mercedes, and they didn't have anybody to work. Like usually, I could go to Mercedes or schedule it.
Sure.
A couple days, take it in over here, boom, done.
Yeah.
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
I believe it. Yeah.
And then it was even longer then because they couldn't get the fucking tire.
Yeah.
So now you can't get people to work because they just got these massive checks.
Yep.
And then they're playing the card as if, and I believe this dumb shit. This is how stupid I am.
Mm-hmm.
I actually believe that this shit was out on the docks or on the boats.
Okay.
It's not on the fucking boats and docks.
No.
This is all on purpose.
For sure.
Gas does not need to go up. We have gas.
Sure.
Milk does not need to go up. We have it all. There's no shortage of anything. All the times I drink Diet Sprite, and I couldn't get Diet Sprite for like 3 months. I'm really fucking pissed. I mean, I couldn't get it. It's there.
Yeah.
It's just so that they can up it to pay, but it all makes sense.
Yeah. My girl's son used to eat Rice Krispies. I found it like 3 a.m. at like Walgreens.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, I swear to God.
And then, you put on the news, and you do get brainwashed, and you do think, wow, my shit's out here on the boat. What the fuck?
Yeah.
All these chips are out here on the boat, blah, blah, blah. And everybody believes this shit. But really, it's just a setup. And that's not conspiracy, like you said. That's facts.
But there was also port tariffs, too. So when you brought something from a different country, it actually ended, I think, in 2021. So that tariff went away as well.
So you can't blame it on that because this whole food shortage thing really just started happening 22. I mean, it wasn't really in 21.
I mean, shit, during the corona, man, it was nuts.
Well, I mean, now they're saying it's because of whatever, war or whatever the excuse is.
Yeah.
But how you stop the inflation, then they're still printing more inflation.
So the inflation is bad, but then you also have, the another boring thing, 2 and 10 year, right? So the 10-year yield, like the Treasury, so that directly reflects the mortgage industry. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I shouldn't even say it, but me and my ex, we really broke up because of this conversation. Because I really think the housing market's gonna go.
Oh, I do. Pop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think we've had real estate people, and what did John want? He runs the meat market on Thursdays. He actually runs part of it.
Okay.
Huge. He works for Trans World.
Okay.
And a very good friend. But this is one thing what was his answer when I asked him? He didn't think it would pop. He thought it would level out. Now, I don't think that. Look, my house went up $200,000. I've said this many times. My house is not worth $200,000 more than what it was purchased for.
I'm listening.
No way in hell.
Yeah. So you ready for this? My buddy's in this industry.
Yeah.
He's in it. No, he's in it like that's his thing. This is what he does.
Show us the heat.
So an $800,000 home, right? Back when it was like 2% rate, 30-year fixed, between 700 and 719 credit score. This was blowing the socks off. Your monthly payment is what you think?
What, $700K?
$800K house, 30-year, 2%.
$2,700.
Close, 29, right? 29.57. Now let's fast forward, 5% interest, $800,000 home, 30-year. What is it now?
3,800, 39.
42.95.
Close.
It's what he does for a living. You should talk to this guy. His name is Jeff Mack. He's a highly intelligent dude.
I love to. Yeah.
Yeah, smart guy. He started his own. He's Renaissance Home Loans. Him and a partner. They do a really good job. Fair. But the thing is, he's intelligent. He's not some guy. Like, that's how I feel in the trash industry. Like, I'm not just some person that's flipping a dumpster. That like, I really understand trash and like how I can save you money and really like figure it out so it's not a problem. That's what this guy does in that industry.
It's always good to work with people when they're out to help you and them. Obviously, he's out for himself too, but when you're also out for the person,
No,
that's when it works.
So this is a funny thing he says to me. He goes, Tony, I don't want this to quit. I don't, but it's going to. And that's a real person.
Yeah.
When someone could say that, that's really fair.
Because you don't want people to see everything pop, but it's inevitable.
It has to.
It has to.
You know what
I don't know what they do about the inflation.
So the average household income, I told you in Palm Beach County is what? I said 63,000, right? Then the average, I don't know still, but at one point, maybe 7-8 months ago, the average house, you know how much it costs in Palm Beach County?
I'm going to say average house, $350.
$500.
Yeah, wow.
Right? So that's insane. Do those numbers. It doesn't make sense. I don't care if it's an $11 million house and a $100,000. Like, that's not real. Like, they're selling stuff off Broadway for like, $490,000 right now. Broadway, bro. You know what that?
I know houses that I looked at a year and a half ago that were $450, $500 are now
Easily.
$850, $9.
Yeah.
Same fucking house,
100%.
nothing done,
But they like these people, and that's why.
and they're buying.
Yeah.
People are buying.
Blindly, and they think it's cash, but it's not cash. No, I'm serious. Like, my friends,
No.
like, educated, they're getting loans from someone else,
Yeah.
and then they're coming as cash. They got to pay somebody, but the realtor doesn't know that. But he also told me it's like inside info shit, but not really. But he told me that now, like the Russian oligarch stuff,
Right.
if it's cash, you have to find out where the cash or something behind it. So now, if that cash is tied to a loan, then we'll give you the loan. But because if a Russian oligarch came in here, to try and buy a home, they wouldn't allow it if it's cash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now that game has changed.
Oh.
Now it's more apparent. Now a realtor can see and go, well, shit, I thought this was cash. It's not cash. It's a loan from
A, B, C, D,
Who cares?
E. Right.
Yeah.
Some broker.
Yeah.
He gives you the loan. You say, look, I want to get this. Now it looks like you have the liquid, but you really don't have the liquid.
I mean, you got to pay him eventually.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're paying Pete to pay Piper. Whatever
Correct.
fucking
Yeah.
thing.
Rob, Peter, pay Piper.
Yeah.
Rob, Peter, pay Paul. But yeah, so that's, I've been telling my mom this forever, but me and my friend Jeff have this conversation all the time, man. When Biden kept dishing out this money over last summer, man, that's a bad look. But they just piggybacked off Trump. They're like, well, shit, if he did it, let us do it. That's about as political as I go, but it's real life.
It's real life.
But then he did it. Now he did it. They had to stop it eventually because the dollar will bleed. It already is.
It's bleeding now.
300 years, man, 2 months. It's facts. It's not a joke. My grandfather didn't believe me. It's in a book.
Now,
Not to say that book's right.
what do you think? How does this end? How does all of this mess end? The housing market, the inflation.
Yeah.
How's it end? Do you think it goes recession? Do you think it goes levels out? Which we both just said we don't.
Sure.
It's not going to fucking level. I mean, it's too big a gap to level out, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah.
Recession. I don't know. Your guy would know a good answer to that. What do you think? Do you think a recession?
We had this conversation today. We talk about this probably once a week. He went to Chicago with me, him and his wife.
Oh, cool.
We chop it up all the time like this. Smart guy, man. For real. He's friends with John Rourke, too. Big
Is he?
friends. Oh, him and John got some stories, boy. I ain't joking. Off air stories.
John seems to be quite the wild man in his younger days.
I saw
My
that guy
man
fall
over-
asleep on St. Patrick's Day on a curb. Someone walked
I
into a
could
bar.
see
And
it.
I shouldn't even put him like that. He's got kids and stuff. But they were like, hey, man, I think your boys pass out on the curb.
Yeah.
He's been drinking since 9 a.m.
He's a cool fucking dude.
That's my guy right there.
Yeah,
Hustler.
Yeah,
Hustler.
hustler. He works hard.
That's
Good
my
dude. Good
But
dude.
it has to end. I don't know how it's going to end, but it has to. There's no way. I mean, how many people can you name? Like my mother, she's a school teacher, right? She can never afford a home in Jupiter.
Hell no. 80. You said 83 grand is the average out there now.
63.
63. That's a fucking lot.
But my mom, she probably makes that. But see, when they do your loan to give you whatever, they just look at your bank and whatever. They don't factor in cell phone, gym membership,
Electric.
gas,
Yeah.
electric, HOA. It might be in there, but they don't factor in every other thing.
They just see the income. Okay, bam.
And
right?
that person might be house poor.
Did you? Oh, this is really. Did you say your mom's a Spanish teacher?
Yeah,
Does she teach at an elementary school?
Dwyer.
At Dwyer.
Yeah, Miss Robinson. Yeah.
I was going by your last name. Never mind.
Nah.
Totally off subject. Sorry about that. Sorry
I
about
thought
the
your
break.
kid, you thought your kids might.
Yeah,
die?
because there's a Miss Aiello that my son has as a Spanish teacher.
I know one dude. I know there's a family that cuts grass in Hope Sound. The Aiellos, but we're no relation.
Yeah, you got an NFL player, you got a CBS guy, same name as you.
Oh yeah.
I
I know the guy in New York City.
Yeah, for CBS.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's all over.
Yeah.
He pops up over every fucking everything.
Big time. I don't want to be big time.
I know. That's
Yeah.
good though. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You don't want to fuck your head up.
Nah.
Come
I go
on.
to meetings. I park my car down the street.
Good.
I'm being serious.
Good.
Not that I, nice car. I mean, it's pretty nice, but
But no, good.
I want them to judge me. Like
You don't
maybe we're paying
need
this
people
guy too
judging you,
much.
and all those other people can do is just bring you down, in my opinion.
Sure.
And then people get in your head, and
Yeah.
I don't care how strong you are. Eventually,
100%.
you might listen to something like the comments and shit. I don't
Yeah.
read them because if somebody says, "Oh, blah blah blah," then I change the way I like to do it.
Sure.
Now I hold them
Yeah.
because I don't want to. If it's some troll killing my guest, obviously I'm going to delete it.
100%.
I don't bring people in to get them to fuck with.
Yeah.
But I just glance and that's it because I don't want to change the way I do things or like think about
Yeah.
like I want to tap them with a pen in the head or
Yeah.
something. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's good the way you do it. You
That-
know?
So the housing market has to go, unfortunately, for the realtors out there. My ex-girlfriend who hates me because I say that,
So you would maybe highly recommend not buying a house right now?
told this guy we went to a bachelor party. This guy hit the Fantasy 5
Did he?
that was out there.
What do you win?
I think 80 grand.
Fuck.
Yeah,
It was a
so
lot
I
of
was trying to hit that one.
He hit the Fantasy 5, man.
Fuck.
He has a little party rental company, right? He learned from this other guy who had a party rental company. He's hustling, doing well, but he works for like ADD2, I think. Good dude. I literally just met him. Great guy. We chopped it up over breakfast, just me and him. It was like 12 of us on a bachelor party, but he's like, I think I might just buy a house with this. Are you crazy? I mean, nuts. 800,000. If you bought a house 2 years ago that was 560,
It's 800, 850 right now.
I know it is.
I know too.
Yeah.
I looked.
Yeah. And so you're telling me, and it's supposed to go up 5% every year. So you're telling me, and it's not. It's 20, whatever, 15, 10.
That's just to tell you what you want to hear, so you feel cozy.
Correct. 5%. No, I'm saying the times right now it's going up 10 and 20. It should go up 5.
Yeah.
And that means, but it can't. So it goes up 5. That's fine, right? But when it goes up 20, right? When it's 800,000, but it should be 560, then there's a problem because that house isn't sellable to somebody because they're not making enough money. Not everybody's rich. Like people say, oh, they're from New York, they're rich. What the fuck are you talking about? You know how many billionaires live in West Palm? 4. I mean, live in New York, but they're 8.5 million compared to 120,000.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take those odds. 4. Jeff Green, another dude lives on the island. They don't live on West Palm, they live on the island. But they're building like that Nora project. Have you seen that?
No.
What? Incredible.
Is that the one over here?
Nora project's going to be on Dixie near Quadrille.
No, I didn't see.
You come down Palm Beach Lakes East.
That's Jeff Green, right?
That's I think the son started Capitol Grill.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ned or something like that. I don't know. My friend Jeff knows these
I
people.
like Capitol Grill.
They invented it.
Really?
Created. I believe so.
Wow,
Yeah.
cool.
So they bought I think like 40 something acres, maybe 52. It's bigger than City Place. And they're bulldozing all these bad homes, Section 8 housing. They're building these old businesses, and they're putting cobblestone streets in and gas-lit lamps, condos, hotels, eateries. Bro, what? That's real cash, right? They got that. Recession or not, it's happening. They'll get a discount if it's a recession hits on the cobblestone.
Yeah. So for them, it's not bad.
It's
For
happening.
people like that. But like you said, that's 4 out of 8 million.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And when we do the math, we're talking about a good 35% increase. That's, if not 40.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
So my mother could never live she can't buy a townhouse in Jupiter.
Right. But
Can't.
2 years ago, she could have.
For
Maybe
real.
not. Yeah, maybe.
2 years ago, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a townhouse in Jupiter.
I lived in Jupiter, yeah.
It's like, man, like I told you before, I cared more who the Miami Hurricanes quarterback was than I cared about who the president was.
Yeah.
And now I don't care who the president is. I care about the money. I follow it hard.
Well, you have to now. I think you have to.
100%. I mean, it's serious game out there, Tommy.
And the Quay took care of everything very well. But you know what pissed me off about them was the parking space fee. That pissed me the fuck off.
I just park in the garage.
Well, I had a bunch of cars, so
So then you got to pay extra.
yeah, and like the dog fee and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
And they would up it every year. Every fucking year they'd up it.
I own 9 pieces of furniture in there, man.
Dude.
I haven't been in the spare bedroom. I couldn't tell you.
Hey, it's very well kept though.
I do a good job. They do. That's why I moved there.
Yeah.
Keep the riffraff out, gated community.
Mhm.
Can't have a crazy ex slide in there.
Yeah.
They'll get in. But you got stuff. So it's a different.
I got there as they first got done building it.
So did I.
Yeah.
So I lived there when I was 31, and then I moved. I bought my house after, and then I, made a mistake, a lesson learned, and then now I'm sitting back. It has to, man. Like it has to. Like it really. Like wood is expensive. There's a new place being built called the Bridgewater. I mean, and that place is beautiful, man. Like beautiful. Devasta, right? Devastas?
Mm-mm.
Big builders. I think they're from Ohio originally or something like that. But huge in Jupiter. Huge. Palm Beach Garden. They're huge everywhere. Guys,
They're building. Did you see what they're building over here? If you keep going down here,
Mhm.
and people don't know, but if you ever come to Florida and you go by Okeechobee Boulevard and you're going to cross the bridge off of Okeechobee Boulevard,
Yeah.
on the right-hand side, you know what I'm talking about, Rob? They're building that.
Oh,
It
that's-
looks cool as hell.
That's where my mom lives.
Really?
So my mom lives in
That's a
like
beautiful place.
in
though.
the shack, right, called Viking Arms.
It's like, so,
It's
say I'm over on like Coconut Road. You know where that is?
Oh, you're talking the island.
Well, if you come back to over here.
You're talking Flagler.
Right. If
Yeah.
you're going down Flagler.
It's on
So
your
you
right.
come over it's going to be on your left if you're coming this way.
Oh, if you're going this way.
If you're coming like here to the studio,
Oh, it's gonna be on your left hand side. You're talking about the Bristol.
maybe.
It's
Yeah,
built.
Bristol's built.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks like a yacht.
Yeah, it looks like a yacht.
Yeah, it's
like,
built.
Beautiful place. That's
my
what I'm
friends,
talking about.
my friends Willoughby Construction actually.
They built that?
Nah, I don't think they built it, but they did some. They're building something called Panther National on Avenir. Huge, some game changing shit there, man. For real. Been friends with them since I was in 8th grade. Great for the family, great father. Brothers run it, great mother. Good stuff going on for them. But they have so the Bristol is like the biggest, and then now next to my mother is another big deal going, and then next to them where that church is right there, another big deal going on. It's wild in West Palm.
Yeah.
Wild. That Nora project, man. Look, when you leave here, look it up.
What's it called? Nora Project?
Nora.
Can you look that up?
It sounds like Wynwood. They're trying to make it almost right.
Correct, but nicer.
Nicer?
Yeah, because they're leveling stuff. Like it's done.
So in your eyes, from your research,
Yeah.
when do you see this popping? Where the housing market pops, the
Yeah.
inflation market pops, obviously taxes have to go up and with the food and with the gas.
Sure. Yeah.
When do you think that happens, and then when do you think things start to get back to normal? Just a wild guess, just from your,
Yeah.
research that you have done.
Speaking with my buddy,
and
who's
your
smart.
guy who knows.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a little something felt in September. My buddy, who's a realtor, great friend, he's a realist though. He's a realtor. That's not a weirdo, right? Not that they are, but he understands what the game's about. And he had a luncheon, like 30 realtors. I think they had 3 listings coming up. Prior to that, everybody had a listing. So it's starting to dwindle down a little bit. But that's supply and demand, right?
So is that how the bubble would pop? The listings would go down, and then it pops? Is that how that works?
I think, yeah. I mean, I don't think it pops that way. I think it pops because of, I think it pops because of interest rates. I think it pops because of the inflation's too high. I mean,
We're up on all the ones you just said.
Yeah.
So interest rates are high,
I'll just-
inflation's through the roof.
I'll go on a limb and say
Yeah.
everybody in this room is okay. There's 3 of us. I'm not sure. I can't speak on you guys, but I mean, I know people that live on their credit cards right now because it's too expensive. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I lived in a lot of places, man. Lived in Chicago, lived in North Carolina. I lived I have a lot of friends, different looking friends, and different like. It's a lot of different stuff going, different occupations. So I mean, there's got to be a breaking point, right? But I don't think it happens all of a sudden. I think in September, you feel a little something, like a little shake, right? A little earthquake shake. Like, what was that? And then I think it slowly
Deteriorates from there.
and then I think it just bottoms out. Not bottoms out, but I think something bad happens. I don't know why. What will cause it? I mean, I do know kind of what caused it. 300 years of money printed at once, and
That might help, right?
yeah, I mean, interest rates. The guy, from I think it was J.P. Morgan or something. You know, was it Diamond? I think his name Jamie Diamond.
Fucking Diamond. He's a dirty motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he is. That whole industry's dirty.
I know a guy. This guy's name's Lance. Him and Lance were in a situation, and somebody got murdered. Diamond went to the cops first, and Lance got the case. And Lance didn't do shit. And he was, he was flying his fucking wife in to see him on a private jet. Got 25 years.
Whoa.
Missing a tooth. Went to see him. And this is a he had the hospital that, who was the governor of Florida before Skinny Ball guy?
Christ.
Oh,
Rick Scott?
Rick Scott. Or Rick Scott.
Rick Scott. You know the hospital that he built? Or he owns a hospital. I forget which one it is.
Okay.
It might be Jupiter Hospital. But whatever the hospital was that he owns, he bought it from Lance before Lance got indicted.
No shit.
Yeah. And he got indicted on an attempted murder and all kinds of shit when he really had nothing to do with it. It was just the other one.
And Jamie Diamond dimed him out. His name.
Yeah. But Lance did 19 years, and then they left him out on the COVID thing. And here's a billionaire flying his wife in on a private fucking jet to see him.
Sure.
Missing a tooth.
Yeah.
And the nicest guy on the planet.
For sure. I believe it.
Diamond's a dirty fuck.
Yeah.
But, hey, runs a good business.
He ain't had that much money, right?
What's that?
He didn't have as much money as Diamond.
Not now.
No.
I mean, he's probably got, I would say, I'll give you his name when we get off just if you're interested.
Sure.
Probably 20 billion.
What?
20 billion, yeah. I mean, you got to think. If you're flying your wife in every other week, private jet.
Sure.
Okay? You're paying probably $60,000 round trip flight.
Easily. Where are they flying from? Doesn't matter. That's expensive.
Yeah, so like out by like Fort Myers, wherever the
Okay.
richest place is out in that area, Naples area.
Naples, nice.
So he was flying from there to Tampa. So not really that far, but listen.
Yeah, enough.
This private jet was not like a G3.
Sure.
This is G6, 7, you know, like the $12 million, $13 million fucking jets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then this is so what are they doing here, Tony?
That's that Nora.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Maybe I fucking was there.
Drive by it now.
Is there an improv in there?
No.
No.
No, that's nothing.
Nothing, huh?
That's
Making it.
Oh, shit.
No, I mean, there's something there. It's
Oh, it's
like,
a rent. Yeah, Tom, read the thing that says rendering. Yeah.
that's an impoverished community right there, right now. And like buildings, dilapidated, you know. I guess they got to fix up the historic buildings and stuff like that. But for the most part, yeah,
That's beautiful.
It's going to be nice.
Beautiful,
man.
huh?
West Palm's going to change. My friend Jeff said a lot of people are leaving their legacies here.
Huh?
You know, they're older. Jeff Green's one of them. You see that thing he's building, that monster?
Courthouse, right?
He's not playing around.
Nah, he ain't-
Northwood?
That boy ain't playing around.
He's not playing around.
No,
Guy's got
no.
a school.
Yeah.
He's at Northwood. He's about to change Northwood.
He's about
Guy's
to
gonna
change the
have yachts.
game is what he's about to do.
Yeah.
He's Oxbridge, right? Is it Oxbridge? Which one was he?
Green School.
Oh, the green. Yeah.
That's him.
Correct.
Big time, mother. Big time, boy.
Slumlord, they said, from L.A.
I don't care what he is. He's
Yeah.
big time.
Hell yeah,
Hey,
Yeah.
my man.
Sure.
To a guy like
agree.
him, shit.
Yeah. Nah, he's changing the game. Those
And-
guys
and
are.
probably can mentor the fuck out of you, too.
100%.
You
Yeah.
know, those
Smart
guys
guy.
know.
Yeah. Grinders.
So how long until we're back to normal? Then I'll let you out of here. And then you come back when we have the app ready.
Late 2023.
23?
20, I mean, it depends how long. I mean, my friend and I were talking today. So the 2 and the 10 year, the yields, they inverted. And the longer they invert, he was telling me, the longer the suffering. So, you know, lack of better words.
What is the point? I know invert. What is the point of the invert on the basis of it?
So the 2 and the 10 year, the treasury bonds,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's 30, right? There's 15s.
15, right?
Yeah. I honestly not even going to try in front. I have no idea.
Okay.
The 2 and the 10,
Mhm.
when they invert, is bad news historically.
So just from history, when the 2 and the 10 are there,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Since
end.
1970, I think every single time.
Mm.
Since 1951, maybe, I think he was telling me it was they inverted, but it didn't crash. But then it inverted again, and then it did crash. So it didn't like close, like near each other. So it wasn't like instant. And then it's not going to be instant. But once they do invert, you know, the antenna should go up. But you're not gonna know this on WPBF and
Hell no.
other stuff.
Nah, you got to go to. Well, DuckDuckGo got compromised. Brave is really the only.
You go
Kinda
CNBC.
switch about.
I watch that every morning.
What's that?
CNBC.
Yeah.
You know, I literally turned off ESPN. I walked to my business partner's, right, his house the other day, Tuesday. I went there, chop it up, talk about business for Stuck, and he had on ESPN. And my whole life, I was ESPN. and it was Teddy Bruschi and another guy, right? And the question was, how do you think Deshaun Watson is going to impact the Browns? I'm like, my man, you can't keep watching this. You know, it's a positive.
Yeah.
Teddy Bruschi doesn't. He knows just because he did a little swim move back in the day and could tackle people. We all know Deshaun Watson's that guy. They should be good, better than what Baker Mayfield. End of that story. Next, what you got? What you got for me?
Oh no, they'll stay on it for an hour and a half.
Is Michael Jordan better than LeBron James coming next?
Yeah.
Listen, my man.
A guy who can't hit a fucking clutch shot to save his life.
Hey, that's not my guy.
And he cries because he gets trash talk. Can you imagine Jordan giving him a game of trash talk?
I met Michael Jordan at Kachina.
Did you?
Bro, crazy.
How about the hands?
So I said,
He's got like the longest hands ever.
this dude is smoking a cigar. It looked like a pair of shears with a cigarette. And I swear to God. But I told him, he was like, I didn't have my father growing up, so I basically told him, he helped me out, and I played basketball because of him growing up. I told him I was from Markham. He couldn't believe it. You ever heard of Bob Love?
Why do I know Bob? No,
He's a
name sounds familiar, but no.
He's a historic Bulls player in the 70s. He couldn't read, couldn't write. And when the NBA found out that, they kicked him out. And so he came to my elementary school in Chicago. So they kicked him out of the NBA, and he was a dishwasher. So some guy goes in his restaurant, and he sees him washing dishes. He's like, aren't you Bob Love? Like, you're awesome. You're the best player in the Bulls, like one of the best. He's like, I am. So he taught him how to read and write, and he went back to the NBA.
Wow, that's cool.
He came to our school, huge dude. But yeah, I told him I saw Bob Love, came to my school. And then the guy I went to high school with, it was supposed to be Ninja, but it's on, you could just Google it. But he's the boat captain for Mike.
Oh, shit.
Stetson.
What's up?
You'd ask, hey, do you know who so-and-so is? He didn't care. He was the guy who always had the suntan.
Yeah.
The dude's on his boat since he was like 12 years old. This dude can drive a boat, man. Like crazy.
You know who I loved in those era? You won't believe this. I loved Bill Cartwright.
Oh, my God.
I liked Bill Cartwright. I know he didn't fit. Who was the one that Jordan punched right in the face?
Kerr.
Steve Kerr, and he hit somebody else, too.
Yeah.
It wasn't Bill Cartwright. Was it Will Purdue? No, not Will Purdue.
Purdue and Winnington were pretty tight with them.
Yeah, he punched somebody. I liked Horace Grant a lot too.
Horace was the man.
He never got enough credit.
Horace was the man.
That was real ball. These guys couldn't play with them.
Nah. The game's changed though.
Yeah, but I mean, if you put it back to the way it was, Steph Curry would have been injured the first 6 months he played. With all them ankle injuries.
Yeah, for sure.
What's he gonna do? Go down the lane with fucking Patrick Ewing and John Stark sitting there?
Not a chance.
Or Will Purdue with Detroit?
Not a chance.
See ya.
Yeah, not a chance.
Career's over.
Yeah.
And LeBron,
yeah,
you run in that lane with some of them heavy hitters where it was known if you're going to do a layup, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
And it was real basketball.
Yeah.
Who's he going to bitch to now?
Can't. I always say that's Al Bundy talk. You ever seen Married with Children?
LeBron can't hit a foul or a clutch shot with nobody talking silent.
I'm with you.
But the first 3 quarters, he's a beast. You can't
Yeah.
take away his, genetics.
Probably, I thought the most dominant player of all time was Shaq. Like, just dominant.
Yeah, and he didn't even fucking practice the guy.
No. But he catch the ball on the block.
If Kobe would give it to him.
Yeah, but he would.
He would eventually, yeah.
would.
Kobe was like, if you practice, I'll give it to you. He was my favorite.
If he catch, who, Kobe?
Yeah, I love Kobe.
Kobe's great. Kobe's great.
Him.
I had beef with him, though, because I'm Mike guy. So they compared him, and I didn't like that.
But they became best friends.
And I started loving Kobe.
Yeah.
For real. I loved him.
He would call him all the time for advice and all kinds of shit that people
Kobe's
didn't know.
Kobe's a stand-up guy.
Yeah, he was my favorite.
I like him. I shouldn't say stand-up because a lot
Jordan and Kobe were Jordan on the court, not Jordan off the court.
Yeah.
On the court, Jordan and Kobe. My favorite.
So his wife was there, Ahmad Rashad was there. My friends are actually friends with. My friend used to eat Thanksgiving with Ahmad Rashad one time.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that show on Saturdays we used to always watch? NBA Hoops?
Yeah.
What was the show called? You had to have watched it.
Of course.
Modershot hosted, yeah.
With Summer Sanders?
Yeah, with Summer Sanders. Yeah. What was the show called?
NBA.
It was
great beat to come on. Yeah. I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about.
100%.
Yeah. Ahmad Rashad. He's him and the best announcer I think ever. And he started doing football and other shit too, but he got in trouble. He was always
Marv Albert.
Marv Albert. I love Marv Albert.
Yeah. Great.
Loved listening to him. Whatever he does in his personal life, who gives a shit?
And the guy who said the granddaddy of them all, who talked about college football, I can't think of his name, but I love watching him.
Yeah.
I think he thinks about. You guys are gonna go against him, but I think Lou Holt was probably one of the best college football coaches ever.
Well, I mean, because he had tenure, best coach all time. I mean, Saban's there now.
Saban's are now. Yeah.
But, I mean, let's go back. You got to go Jimmy Johnson if you ask me.
You're right. I didn't think about Jimmy Johnson. I guess I just like Lou Holt because he didn't take no shit. He just seemed like that fucking guy. You don't
Jimmy
want
neither.
So Jimmy Johnson at this coaching clinic I went to.
Yeah.
He wanted to
I
go
would
off
go with Jimmy Johnson.
He wanted to go off the beat, so he's just walking through the crowd like the coaches, and he says, "Ask me a question, but let's not talk too much about X's and O's. I just want to talk about things." So he told this story where, because this guy, the coach asked the question, "What do you do with a problem child on a team? Like a kid that's like doesn't want to listen to shit. You know, what do you do to him?" So he told the story of some guy that the Cowboys had picked up in the free agency or whatever like that, and he was having a meeting the next day. They just picked the guy up. He came in for the team meeting, and he was sleeping in the back, and he could hear him snoring. And he's giving the meeting, and he sees this guy, and he said, all my focus went to this guy.
Sure.
And I was pissed. So I said, no, I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to keep going. So he started going again, and he could fucking hear the guy snoring. He's like, that's it. He goes, I went to the back. I said, get the fuck out of here now.
Really?
And so I can't remember the guy's name. You know, nothing ever came of him, I guess. Kicked him out. Went to Jerry Jones. Says, cut his ass.
Yeah.
So they cut him the next day.
Sure.
And he goes, back to your point on what would you do with a problem child or a kid on the team. He goes, and then if Troy Aikman was sleeping, I would just go wake Troy up. He goes, so depends on the talent. He goes.
That's smart.
Troy Aikman's a good announcer too.
He's all right. He just got a big paycheck from Amazon.
Did he?
Yeah, he left Fox.
Yeah.
What's he doing for Amazon?
They have NFL.
Amazon has NFL now?
I think next year. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, monsters.
Monsters.
Doing everything.
He's shooting people up to space for 10 minutes,
Yeah.
getting $10 million a person. Or however, I mean,
Yeah.
good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah. Jimmy, I think college coach, he's got to be that guy.
Yeah, I got to tell him that. I told you this. You see Elon said he wants to fight Putin?
No, well, I saw that, and I saw he wants to start his own Twitter. He's going to start up a social media.
Elon?
That's what he said.
Oh,
He says he's going to go against Twitter because they suppress all the stuff, so he wants to
start
his own. That's what he's saying.
That'd be pretty cool.
He'll do it.
Did you ever listen to PayPal versus eBay?
Yeah, they're the same. It's just an umbrella.
No. Have you ever heard the business wars?
No.
So PayPal was started by this guy and Peter Thiel, right? And eBay was started by this guy in California who like sold something and saw something about it, but then they hired Elon Musk because he had PayPal. He had a different PayPal called X. I think it was called X something.
Wow.
But they bought his company. And then he became the man at that PayPal.
Wow.
And that's how Peter Thiel and him butt heads a lot. Like two geniuses on their respective. And I mean, Elon's a pretty smart guy. And then they finally had enough, and they bought Elon out, and that's when he left. So he's not known for. I mean, he's known for PayPal, but he's known being bought by PayPal, then to be paid by PayPal to leave.
That's a great business model. I like that.
I mean, he's a smart guy.
It's unbelievable. I never knew that.
Yeah, those business wars things are legit, man. I listen to them when I go running.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I listen to some music sometimes too, but I listen to that stuff. It jogs your brain.
It gets you thinking. Yeah.
Uber versus Lyft, Blockbuster versus Netflix.
Oh yeah, that one.
Bro. Blockbuster was Netflix.
Yeah.
Like that close. Some Italian guy who's running Blockbuster, the brick and mortar will never leave. We're sticking to our guns.
You motherfucking idiot. Bet you wish you would have done that now.
Because they had the people.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, they had them because of Netflix.
Yeah.
I mean, because of the Blockbuster.
Yeah.
They were mailing lists. They stopped it.
Well, remember as kids, that's all we ever went to. I couldn't wait till Saturdays to go run a
Beautiful
video game.
thing. Yeah.
Go in there and you pull the box of the game.
Yeah.
Please let there be one on the back.
Yeah.
Fucking shit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And my luck, half the time there wasn't.
Yeah.
And then they had the back room with the curtain. You'd be like, oh, that's a weird sight. When the guys would walk out of there, you'd look at them, you're like, what the fuck? That's where they kept the adult movies. They didn't have to play it.
Oh, I never saw that.
Yeah, that was like in the back corner.
I mean, nobody did anything in there, but you'd see the guys walking out because they were walking out the porn.
They're walking out like this and
Yeah.
shit. You know?
They had to have Blockbuster?
Glasses, like
Yeah.
big,
Philly and Blockbuster, they did.
In Philly?
Yeah.
shit.
They had a whole porn section, bro.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
No, it was a whole. It was like the over 18. It was just said adult. It just said adult. You see these fucking guys come out.
Yeah.
When I got older, I realized what it was. They'd be fucking.
I wish the
hiding
corona hit so they could wear a mask.
it. They were hiding because there's 17,000 kids in there.
Yep.
You got women. They just saw the guy come out of the 18. The women, the wives are, wives of their men are like, "Where's my husband at?
Yeah.
Is he in that motherfucker trying
Yeah.
to rent one quick
Yeah,
while
yeah.
she's not looking?"
Yeah.
I swear to God.
That's fucking funny. I didn't know
crazy.
that.
Yeah.
Philly, huh?
Yeah.
Wild place.
Yep.
Never
Yep.
been. I don't think I ever will.
Yeah. No reason to.
This guy I met, though, a former police officer, actually more than just a police officer from Virginia Beach, he told me to go there. He said it was great. He said there's some like square thing, like a square, like you just walk to restaurants and bars. I don't know what it's called.
Maybe South Street is like that.
Maybe it's called
Yeah,
that.
South Street or Old City. He's probably talking about
Yeah.
Old City.
Gotcha.
Right, Second Street. Yeah, it's just all the whole street's just party central
Yeah.
all night. And you'll see the cop van coming along every hour, just throwing
Paddy
people in
wagon.
the paddy wagon, throwing you in the back of the fucking paddy wagon.
Really?
And you think you're gonna go, right to the police
Oh,
station to
no.
get booked. Oh no. You're in the paddy wagon and the driver is not, driving the speed limit. He's fucking turning like this, and you're hammered with 10 other hammered people,
Not in
and there's no seatbelts,
Oh, you're just
right, Rob?
pups around.
Yeah, and they're taking turns purposely like
Sure.
this. And you're
Pothole.
flying
Boom.
into this fucker. He's got throw up on him and all this shit. Oh, yo, you hit me, and then it's stay out of Philly.
My buddy
Yeah.
was in one of those one time.
That's got to be the only stadium,
Was your
right?
buddy named Rob?
Not me. No, I was never in it. No, I never was in it. I was never in it. Not me.
Me neither.
No, that's got to be the only place. I don't know if it's still like that. They had a jail under the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, think about that.
And a judge. And they would do everything right there.
Bro.
There's so many fucking people in
Be
the
like,
weekend.
you're sentenced to 30 days in jail.
Is it?
Boom.
I mean, I'd like to see that. Is that the only place in the world that has a jail under the stadium?
They don't have it anymore. They did though.
I know, but they did.
The link.
That says enough.
I think so.
Stadium. Yeah, it was.
Come on, bro. That's wild.
But I mean, there's so much shit going on in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
How's the Italian place there? I heard it was all right.
yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
That guy Dave Portnoy's always eating pizza around.
Yeah. Lorenzo's. He always goes to Lorenzo's Pizza. I still think it's the best pizza ever.
Really?
Yeah. You get like a big long slice that goes over the plate.
Yeah.
Just enough cheese, just enough sauce,
Sure.
bread, not too much.
Yeah.
But these guys over here, Mamma Mia's, they get the order from them. They get it shipped from Philly to over here. I thought they were getting it from
Courtney
them.
went there. I told you that.
To Mamma Mia's?
Yeah, he was out there.
Yeah.
He went there.
Good.
Yeah. Very good. Exactly like home. Like New York and Philly. He gets the order either from New York or Philly, whichever one is cheaper at the time.
Really?
Yeah, good friend of mine over there. It's the best you'll find around here. If you like up
Yeah,
north type pizza.
And that Portney guy is talking about they gave him a good, they gave him
Yeah.
gave him a good spot.
Did he?
Number, yeah, for the
Yeah.
high sevens. High sevens.
Power.
So you ever had pizza in Chicago?
I did.
So I hate that pizza. But they're also not known for that pizza. They're known for bar pizza, which is the squares. You
Yeah.
ever seen the squares?
Like Sicilian slices.
No, that's too thick.
No.
No.
Think of it thin. Like there's no crust.
Really?
Yeah, it's called bar pizza,
Okay.
but that's their pizza. So you would go to like a place that specializes in bar pizza, but they don't call it bar pizza. They call it pizza. That's the pizza I like.
You ever
One place.
Camille's?
That I was about to tell you, Camille's.
Yeah.
So I just got back from Chicago, little fat session.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got one last bad eat in me. Friday, I drive from Jupiter
Lakeford.
to Lake Park
Yeah.
and back. So this is a true story. So I'm sitting in Camille's waiting for a pizza, right? Great people right there running it too. So they're running it, and this older man walks in with a pizza bag. So I'm like, damn, they got delivery now? So I go to the guy. I'm like, hey, man, when'd you guys get delivery? He goes, no, we don't have delivery. This guy comes in with a pizza bag, like, to keep it warm, to
Yeah.
go back home every Friday.
You know it's good when somebody's doing that.
But they've been around since
It
1956.
is
Shit.
good, man.
You know it's good.
It's different. You wouldn't like it.
No?
Nah.
I like it though. I like it.
You might.
The dough is weird to me. I don't know why. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe
When
it.
I was in Chicago, it was always thick crust pizza.
You can have it.
Deep dish.
I don't like it either. Deep dish, yeah, deep dish.
I'm not about that life.
Nah, me neither.
I've never even had like a beef sandwich like that. I'm not a fan of that kind of food.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
I'm very simple.
Philly cheesesteak though.
Philly cheesesteak
Oh,
or Philly
fire.
chicken cheesesteak is good.
John Smith Subs does right down here.
Yeah, Miami subs is good.
I haven't been there in my life.
It's pretty good.
That's Pitbull now.
Yeah.
Is it?
He owns it, yeah,
Huh.
for a
He
while.
did a pretty good job. It tastes pretty goddamn good.
Isn't Pizza Al Fresco around here?
I don't know.
That I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I've been to their one in the island.
Was it good?
I like the ambiance. I mean, the pizza's
Yeah.
straight. Yeah, they do a good job. They cook everything in the brick oven.
Yeah.
Like it's a brick. No, they cook it in the wood oven. wood oven, but I don't know. What
There's
it's
a
called.
place in Stewart too. I can't remember the name of it. It's a Chicago place.
Oh, it's called. Man, I disrespected those people accidentally, but it's called. Shit, I can't think of it. But so in Publix sells something called Home Run In Pizza, right? So in the frozen pizza section. But there is a frozen pizza, or there is an actual place in Chicago called Home Run In Pizza.
I've seen it. You can buy the pizza with the plastic over, and it just has the pizza paper on the top, and it says Home Run Pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, I know exactly what it is.
So in Publix or in Chicago, you saw
In
it?
Publix, I saw it. Yeah,
that's Home Run In Pizza. So Pusateri's.
Pusateri's, yep.
So
I just looked at it.
So I'm in Pusateri's. I think their dining room is smaller than this room.
Yeah.
Like for real, like 10 people max maybe. And I told they're from Chicago, and I said, this tastes a lot like Home Run In Pizza. She goes, oh my God, thank you so much. My husband wanted a model after that. I was like, great. She goes, have you been there? She goes, oh, you been there? I said, no, I just the one from Publix. And my girlfriend at the time, she was like, Tony, that was so disrespectful. But I didn't think it was. Because, I mean, it's buttery. It really is. But
because I guess you said you ate another pizza at another pizza shop?
So I had Home Run In frozen from Publix. I never went to Home Run In the actual facility in Chicago.
Oh.
But I
would have been like you. I would have been like, well, what the fuck was disrespectful? I ate their fucking pizza, whether I got it from Publix or them.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like,
yeah.
But I don't
Chicago's got so many pizza places like that. Like I said, the bar. Kenosha, too. That's where the fires and all that.
Yeah.
So,
now that's good. That's a different type of. To me, it's a different type of pizza.
So my father was, he's not in my life. He married my mother, but he was out since I was 4. And he passed away. Don't say sorry, but he passed away. And then when I was about 9 or 10 years old, I was living in Chicago, and they said we have a picture day, right? I was like, all right, with the family. All the Aiellos got together, so my mom drove from Chicago to Kenosha, and I get there, and on the way, they're like, by the way, you have a brother. Bro, it was crazy. Oh. He's my man now. He just visited me. He just turned 40. He's almost exactly 1 year older than me.
And how old were you when you met each other?
I was 9. I was 10. He was 11.
Wow.
Bro, it was wild. Wild. So I see him. We go to a Packer game every year.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Blonde hair. He looks nothing like me.
Nothing like
nothing.
Huh?
He got the Irish side, right?
No, he's German. Our father's Italian. His mom's German. My mom's Irish.
The last time I was allowed to go to Italy, I thought I was in the wrong place. Really? I saw people who looked just like fucking Brad Pitt. I asked my mom, I said, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Because, I couldn't remember when I was younger.
Sure.
You go to Sicily, there's fucking blonde hair, blue eyes. Yeah, you would never think, Brad Pitt, like get burnt by the sun type shit.
Really?
And then you go up a little bit and they're tanner.
Sure.
Tanner.
Yeah.
Is that okay to say? Tanner?
Of course. Yeah.
They're tanner.
Well, they had the Moors conquer southern Italy.
Yeah.
You ever watched the PBS documentary?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's legit shit right there.
No, that's real. It's real.
Yeah.
Probably the only thing you're going to get real on fucking, national TV.
Yeah. That was, I didn't know about the Italians like that. I didn't know they went to Louisiana first. I had no idea about any of that stuff.
I didn't either.
New York wasn't even a thing. They came here because they're cheap labor. And Italy wasn't even, southern Italy wasn't even Italy.
Yeah.
And then they were going to conquer, because that place was conquered. I mean, who knows what we have in us? Because the Northern Africans conquered them too many times, right?
Every black friend I have says that they're Italian, that they got a lot of Italian in them.
Really?
I say, okay. Well,
so
I can jump.
You know when?
Run.
Yeah.
I can jump pretty good.
So when you come from southern Italy, when you came to New York, it said your nationality was Southern Italian. You were an Italian.
You're Southern Italian.
You're Southern Italian.
Yeah.
Your hair's wavy.
Interesting.
Southern Italian. Wild. Then they bleached it out of everybody.
Yeah.
But there's some people that still keep it real.
That PBS was good, though. It was interesting.
And awesome. Like, incredible. Like, taught me a lot, not just about Italians, but, cultures itself.
Yeah.
It was, I watch it a ton. I've watched it more than once. Like, I'll go back and I'll watch it again. I'm like, let me remember this.
What are you going to watch tonight?
Shit, I don't know.
Bob Lazar.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. I'll text you and give it to you.
The alien guy.
Yeah, the alien guy. I'm telling you. Watch it and tell me what you think.
I have a little brother. He's actually mixed. He's actually half black. So I'm gonna tell you, I got some cultures in me, man. Like tons of stuff. So this dude does not believe in dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. Come on, man.
Kyrie Irving thought the Earth was flat for a minute there. So what are you gonna do?
Dinosaurs? They're real.
Yeah. I mean,
there's bones.
What about the bones? Yeah, I was gonna say, what did he say about the bones?
People put them there. It's for movies. Like it's show. He's pterodactyls can't fly. I'm like, Tico, you're wild, man. It's crazy.
Tico, man, you be on that social media?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's where he's getting it from.
29. He'll be 30 next month. He's on that.
Getting that shit from that social media.
Yeah.
You need to bring him out with you.
Nah.
Get him away from that shit.
He's married, dude. 2 kids.
Oh, he's done for.
Yeah.
Let him keep believing. If that makes him happy with 2 kids and a wife, fuck, fine. Dinosaurs never happened. It's conspiracy. Let him be happy.
Yeah.
He's got a lot in his
Yeah.
pockets right now, but
Yeah.
good for him.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
You think Elon will ever fight Putin? You think that will ever happen? I think Elon would. I think Putin would. I just don't know if I don't think it would ever.
I mean, how old is that
Manifest.
guy, Putin?
Putin's old. He's pushing 60. He might be older than 60 because he took Russia in 99.
So my uncle's 58.
20.
My uncle's knocking people out. Both of them. That's facts.
Yeah.
58 and 57. I wouldn't fight them.
Hell no.
No, my uncles, I'm saying. Like, they're crazy dudes.
No, I know.
So my
Putin's
point
fucking
is,
crazy.
that's my point. He was a fighter, right? KGB guy. I mean,
He's black belt in jiu-jitsu.
yeah, you don't lose that stuff.
But here's why I think Elon would have a shot. Because Rogan will give him the best trainers ever. Rogan and him been texting left and right about this. So he's doing the
Hold on,
training.
this is a real thing?
This is a real thing. Yeah. No, I'll show it to you. I'll cut it and show you a clip from it. For real. Elon and Rogan are texting each other. He's setting them up with all the trainers. Now, probably will never happen, but he is going to do jiu-jitsu with the best trainers, and he does want to fight him in a fucking ring, for real.
That's crazy. He's South American. South African, right, Elon?
He's from Canada, I believe.
I thought he was from South Africa. I don't know where he's from.
That I don't know.
I know he's not
Put in
American.
where is Elon Musk from real quick. But so Rogan, when he was like what his prediction would be if it did happen,
Yeah,
is that if Elon had the training because he's so smart
sure.
and he's wider and taller than Putin,
Yeah,
he thinks that with training Elon would win because he would find like with his smarts he would find say 3 things that he's very good at, and then he would be able to like calculate Putin's strikes
okay.
from the mind of a rocket scientist.
Okay.
So his theory was that like the calculations would be going so fast through his head as, you know, why is Putin going like this? Or why did this hand go like this? Okay, he moved his neck. Something that like the average guy or just the smart guy wouldn't notice, he would pick up on.
Sure.
And then with the skills from the best trainers you can get,
Sure.
that's how he would beat him, and size.
So just to play devil's advocate on that, my man Mike Tyson, everybody's got a plan to get punched in the face.
Fuck no. Nobody's beating Mike Tyson.
No, hell no.
No. And he's fighting Logan.
That's wild.
No, he's fighting Logan. Bobby Ches.
He said he
Yeah,
wanted it.
we went to meet Mike Tyson, and I guess they ran out of weed and he left. We were trying to get him on.
No shit.
Yeah, because we had Bobby Ches on, and Bobby Ches got knocked out by Holyfield because of the hot sauce on the gloves. Then Bobby Ches
I watched that.
does the Showtime announcing for the Tyson-Holyfield fight.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Tyson feels the hot sauce on the cheek,
Yeah.
bites his ear off twice. Remember, Rob? We thought it was once. It was twice.
Yeah.
And then Bobby Ches testifies in court on behalf of Mike because it happened to Ches too, so they became friends.
Gotcha.
But you're dealing with Mike Tyson, who does what Mike Tyson wants to do when Mike Tyson wants to do. So when we went to meet him, I don't know if they ran out of weed or he just was tired of sitting there or whatever it may be. But and Bobby the whole way was straight up. He's like, Mike does what Mike wants, so there's no guarantees, you know.
Yeah.
But no, there's nothing you could give me to fight Mike Tyson, and I think Mike Tyson right now, from what I saw, I'll send if you're interested. I'll send you the newest one.
Yeah.
Because I watch him.
Sure.
He was hitting the bag Sunday, 89 pounds after sparring. You know, you go over to that bag with the gloves on. This is after sparring for an hour.
My wrist would snap.
Your head would snap.
Yeah, that too. No, I'm saying if I punched that bag.
Imagine old Mike Tyson
You're
going
he's
in.
punching an 89 pound bag, right?
No. I'm saying the force after sparring for an hour.
Okay.
When you go to the bag and you hit the bag of
like
how much.
That like drunk person game?
Yeah.
Like does that? Okay.
Yeah, but like a real, for professionals.
Yeah.
After sparring for a complete hour.
Yeah.
He's hitting that left and right. Nothing
pounds?
under 85 pounds.
So it's like an 85 pound weight just continuously hitting you in the face.
So it's like me taking an 85 dumbbell and just giving you left and right with 85 pounds of weight from Mike Tyson.
Nope.
I'm sticking in the garbage game.
So that would be like his hand is the 85 pounds.
Yeah.
We're not calculating him going all the way back.
Oh, the torque. Yeah.
Because remember his fights?
Yeah.
He would always come with the right. And
Yeah.
then if he missed, he would turn like this and then move and go like that and hit you. I can't do it with the microphone in my face.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. What the hell is this?
Elon's from South Africa.
Fuck. I was completely wrong. Why the fuck did I think he was from Canada? Okay. I'll stop guessing.
I like him.
Yeah.
When you were talking about the energy and stuff, I looked up Tesla when I was young. When I moved back from college, and I, tell my mom every day, because I was like, "This revolutionized the world, Mom." And she was like, "Well, you think so? It's gonna happen?" But I mean, it's already happened. Jay Leno, he's got every car in the world.
Yeah.
He got a car that runs on water, coal, right? He got all that stuff.
I know.
I mean, he's got it all. Hydrogen. It's been here. Oil is big business, man.
Everything Elon does is based off Tesla.
Yeah.
Like Nicole Tesla.
Yeah,
Even
Nikola
the
Tesla.
rocket, Nikola Tesla, the rockets, all that shit.
Genius.
It's all what Tesla had come up with. Is just that Elon has taken the technology today, and he's genius enough, and has a massive team around him that are smart as fuck too.
Absolutely.
That are getting all this stuff done.
So that's what this guy in Chicago asked me, because I was telling him about my life. I didn't even know these people, right? So my buddies went home, he didn't want to go out that night. He was going home the next day. So I met this couple, Rachel and Ryan, right? I met them in Chicago. Great people, right? Took me in to have fun, because I was like, let's go. We went out, and the guy asked me, he's like, "How'd you do this? Like, how'd you start the trash? Like, how'd you do that?" Asking me questions. I didn't have an answer for him. I was nervous because I knew I was meeting with you. I'm like, shit, I don't know what to fucking answer. I was like, I don't know. I say, I grew up poor, and I didn't want to be poor when I was older. So you just, I did this. That's the only thing I kept saying. But the real answer is you just do it. Anybody. That's what Elon Musk. He just does it. Yeah, obviously he has a lot of money, but you figure it out. You'll figure it out. My barber cuts my hair. 3 children. We figured out. You know what I'm saying? 3 kids is expensive. You got 5 kids. How do you do it? He cuts 5 kids' hair. They all come in, 5 kids. Like, how do you do it? The woman said, we just figure it out.
You figure out you do it.
That's business, man.
My grandpa worked breakfast in the morning, would come home, take care of his 2 kids, go back again, work lunch, work dinner, and then go work at a warehouse at night.
That's my grandfather the same. Chief of police at Tequesta, sweep the bakery at night.
Yep.
That's a fact.
And this is my great-grandfather, and he had done that so that my grandmother, his daughter, my mom, and me could come over here.
Sure.
And he stayed there. He came over here for a little bit, and he's like, fuck this place. I'm going. He did. He came over here from Sicily. He's like, fuck this shit. These people are fucking nuts. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
He went back. I was
back.
only 2 or 3. He went back to Sicily, yeah.
Did he end up coming back?
No.
Oh, he stayed.
That's his
Sure.
That's his thing. He's not into this American shit.
Yeah.
He likes his, scrambled eggs at the diner every morning that he cooks when the people come in. Hey, Sal, how are you? He doesn't want this bullshit out here.
Yeah.
He's fucking, at the time he was, probably 80, 82. The fuck's he want out here?
Yeah.
He wants to be home.
Sure.
He tried it. Wasn't for him.
Nah, I don't blame him.
He likes walking to work. He likes getting his newspaper.
Yeah.
Same TV show. Barely knew fucking English though.
That's how cities were built, though.
Yeah.
They were built that you didn't need a vehicle like that. You can walk around. There's a dude, he's not Andreas something, he's from Miami. He's from Cuba, moved to Barcelona, or maybe Madrid, and then moved to America. Lived in the same house in Miami for 45 years, older guy, but he's a developer, right? And he develops, he has a development in Vero, the Panhandle area, like Destin area, Canada, but they make places where you live, and there's a school there. There's your pizza place, your barber shop, your dry cleaner. You park your car. You may got to go to work somewhere, but they have office buildings, so maybe you could live in that like this. So
they basically built a town almost, right?
Yeah. Alton did a good job off Donald Ross.
Yeah.
Good job, but there's not any place. There's not any place to put your business.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you live there, then you could drive your golf cart. You could walk if you want. If it was not so hot, but Abacoa and Jupiter are kind of similar, the same way. West Palm's going to be like that. I mean, it's already there.
I went out to Abacoa for a while. I didn't realize all that shit was out there.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the middle of nowhere at first, but then when I got out there, I was like,
When you're in Miami, you say you live in Jupiter, they think you live in Orlando.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. To me, Miami's just filled with palm trees.
Really?
Miami's cool for a night or two, and I'm out.
I haven't been in a while.
I got no desire.
Man, I saw the videos.
Crazy.
Oof. You can have it. My brother was down there. For some reason, Miami has an energy to it. It does. It makes people get a little goofy. You go to Topeka, Kansas, it's not the same energy.
I wouldn't think so, no. Yeah.
But Miami has this type of energy. It just does. I feel it. Like, I feel this energy to have fun, and you get drinking, and you never know what happens down there, especially South Beach. South Beach is going through something right now.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll come back.
Yeah,
It'll take some time. They need to flatten. When the economy crashes, that'll crash. Some rich people go, thank you very much for doing this. Then they'll scoop everything up.
Yeah.
Then they'll build it back up. They're like, South Beach? I didn't know that place was good again.
Yeah.
Right? Because Wynwood's the desired place.
Yeah. Wynwood's the shit now, right?
Yeah, Wynwood, Brickell.
Yeah, Brickell.
The,
Money.
yeah, 100%. That's, I mean, Wynwood's, my buddy was telling me 3 tacos for $48.
Oh, fuck off.
But those people on South Beach aren't going there.
No.
Yeah, right? But South Beach has competition. They didn't have Wynwood to compete with.
Right.
Brickell didn't compete with. They ran the show.
Well, Wynwood seems more of like the classier end of it.
Yeah.
And then South Beach is like, balls to the wall type
Sure.
shit.
I like Wynwood. Wynwood's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Wynwood's good. But then, like the Bright Line is going to put everybody, like Delray, I love, West Palm's going to, West Palm's going to be like destination place. My buddy told me Jeff, he has a guy I went to high school with. He lived in New York. He's in finance. He said 30% of his company in finance, they moved to West Palm. 30%.
Really?
Yeah, from New York City.
Wow.
Financial, I don't know what it's about, but
I know once they get that Bright Line a little bit better, it's going to change the game.
the Bright Line's dope.
Mm-hmm.
That's good stuff.
One of the guys came up. What did it take him? 45 minutes from, where'd he come from?
Tyler, from Miami.
From Miami, 45 minutes. But when they get that fucker down to like 15,
Mm-hmm.
oof.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was quicker than 45, but I guess not.
Well, if you hit somebody, it takes a little longer too.
Which does happen.
It does happen.
I'd be 45. You
Yeah.
think it's going to like 100-something miles an hour?
I've never been on it, but I thought it was like 15, 20 minutes from Miami.
So you have to stop in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He was saying the stops.
But it's fast.
Yeah.
And then that thing flies. It goes.
And the traffic now? Fuck that. I'll happily take that bitch any day of the week.
For sure.
Just don't try to cross the railroad tracks when you see that bullet coming.
Yep. so for land mass in the country, where do you think Florida ranks in square miles?
I don't think much.
You're the first person that said that.
I don't think much. I think
Just,
29.
just land?
Yeah, land mass. Like square miles.
Just land. Like if it's water, it doesn't count.
Well, square miles.
Out of all the states, where does it rank?
Yeah. Best answer, by the way.
I'll take it.
Usually people say 5.
I would say, look at some of those states. I'll go 20.
26.
26.
It's because it's densely populated,
Yeah.
concentrated. And
Well-
26. Texas is like 2. Cali's, Alaska's 1. I think Texas is 2. Cali's 3. 26. Georgia's up there. Places you'd never live. Kansas, Montana, Wyoming.
The only reason I had a good guess on that, by the way, was because my engineering firm, I did a lot of stats to see who I wanted to target. And throughout doing that, because I was willing to go to Georgia, wherever. If the money's right, fuck it, I don't care.
Sure.
If you're willing to pay, I'll bill you whatever the fuck you want, you know?
No, I get it.
And throughout that, that's how I kind of had a pretty good idea. Because, just like you, when you get into something, it's either you go all the way or don't do it.
100%.
And if you're not going to go all the way, then turn it down, whether it's, money or not.
Yeah.
But you got some impressive shit going, man.
Appreciate it, brother.
And I hope you come back when that app is done or
Software.
whenever you want to come back, man. It was a great conversation. You're interesting. A lot of questions, man. I got a lot
Appreciate
more
it.
for you.
I
To
can't
pick
wait.
your brain.
Yeah.
Because you got good people around you.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. And I'd say this, just to leave it like this. My 20s and 30s were reversed, right? My friends killed it in their 20s, and I did too till 23. And then I worked, didn't vacation, couldn't party. My good friends were going to Key West for Labor Day weekend. Can't. Memorial Day weekend. Can't. Now I'm 30, in my 30s, last one, and now they're working, having kids, doing their stuff. I reversed it. So I don't really know. I'm trying to find
The
different
other
people.
end. Yeah.
Yeah, and smart people. I don't want to hang out with certain people, but I'm trying to hang out with smarter people that are on the same level, I shouldn't say level, but same goal as me.
Well, just people that maybe have experienced more than you, or
That too.
that have talked to people, or that have talked to other people that have experienced more than you,
Yeah.
that can pass it on down to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To make you better.
Yeah,
What the fuck is the point of anything else? What to go? Go to lunch
sure.
for what?
Yeah,
The fuck am I gonna gain going to lunch?
Yeah.
Are you gonna tell me something good? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go to lunch.
yeah,
Right? You don't go to lunch either.
yeah.
We got friends that go to fucking lunch every day, dinner every other day. I don't know how you run companies and do that.
It's hard.
But every time I see that within 5 or 10 years,
Yeah.
there is no company.
For sure. Agreed. Or they're selling crypto. Something.
Yeah, oh yeah, crypto. Great fucking idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing something like that.
Fuck. All right, Tony, man. Thank you for your time, bro. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And I hope to see you again and stay in touch. And I'm going to text you and make sure you watch the Czar tonight.
I will for sure.
All right, buddy.
Thanks, my man.
Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it. Yeah.